Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of The Lodge at Endsmeet. Before we go anywhere into the game, we must get a recap from one of our players, so who would like a point of inspiration?
Hello, I volunteer.
Emily, go for it.
Okay, so we came back in the middle of our fight. Velen immediately got hit with Chill Touch and lost Bane, and then right immediately after that, Killian lost Daylight, and but immediately hit Simon with got hit by Simon's spell, but then like fucked some spawn up with tree thrower. Um, Vince nearly died. We spent a lot of the rest of the battle being worried about Vince.
Yep.
Tess only got out of the spell radius and like barely passed her con save because of Artie's Flash of Genius. Um, and then healing worded from her duplicate to give 10 points back to a whole bunch of people and chucked a violent guiding bolt at the like Ponzi vampire that like was the next thing that we kind of like really closed in on the vampire Ponce that round. I still don't know exactly what was up with him. He was interesting. Velen took some damage. Velen sort of kept getting like harangued by this like one particular spawn for most of the rest of the battle. Call like barely survived being in the radius of the thing, but because both Velen and Tess had healed her, she managed to kind of like stay up, and then ran over to Tool and did just the coolest fucking shit. She gave Saker a dirty look, and like she told us that she was like, a time monk that could reverse time, and we were like, yeah, sure, buddy, okay. But she used this like reverse the wound feature to literally turn back time and uh de-dust Tool, where she basically like plucked another Tool out of another timeline to bring him back, so we then like still had our leverage for Killian, because we were supposed to like use Tool to read this book for him, right? And she did sense that like everyone else around that could see this was dumbfounded, but she sensed that the Bending Gardens like sensed that she did that and wasn't sure how to feel about that. And then she drank a great healing potion and regained 14 HP. And then she like looked up at Seeker and like just dead ass said, "Have you malfunctioned?" Which was iconic. Um, Vince miraculously survived the Simon's like radius spell and fucked up some vampire spawn. We were very proud of him. Um, Tool reborn. It was then his turn. Looked up at Cull, and then like for her trouble bringing him back, Cull was immediately banished to the Astral Sea, um, where she spent I think at least one round and maybe two just like chilling. From then on, let's see, Vampire Merc, there were a bunch of Mercs that missed some people. Um, Simon saw that Tool had been reconstituted and just like didn't know what was happening, but then was distracted by Claudia. He did seem legitimately frightened, and maybe not just of Claudia's like form of dread. Like he seemed like legitimately kind of panicked a little bit, and so he chucked a lightning bolt at Claudia, Test, and Artie, and then vanished. But we weren't sure how far away. Um, Claudia action surged to just wail on Tool, and just like took a whole bunch of attacks on him at once, trying to break his concentration. And also and well, but it seemed like it burned some legendary resistances and stuff. I think he got scared of her, but she did a whole bunch of damage to him. Um, Already knocked the vampire Ponce unconscious with an Eldritch Blast. Tess, meanwhile, was ambushed by a vampire spawn who bit her, and then she went unconscious from it. She would have had to make a charisma save, which I think is maybe connected to this idea that like Killian thought that you could turn into a vampire if you were like killed by one, and we were like, ha, that doesn't exist. But it seems telling that Killian like was right there and pulled the vampire spawn off of her neck, and she didn't have to make the charisma save. So Killian might have like saved her life, basically. Um, Meanwhile, so like while that was happening and Tess was not turning into a vampire, Seeker, that literally the next turn, while Tess is unconscious, commanded his controlled vampire spawn that he had like taken control over at the beginning of the fight with his channel divinity. He commanded that puppet to like bite him and like basically offered him satiation. So the vampire that then got a name, Pierce Orion. I guess he always had a name, but now we know what it was. Um, like we kind of learned, we sort of like time slowed a little bit, and we learned that this poor guy, Pierce Orion, like was, a guy in Augur City that like just had like a normal life and got taken by the Edivanes and was forced to live in servitude and was like starving his whole life as a vampire spawn, and has just like always been under the control of somebody else until control was wrested away from the Edivanes and was given instead to Seeker. He did bite Seeker and drained like the last beat of his heart. And so Seeker just like collapses to the ground, full dead. He also failed an intelligence save. I think we inspired it and then he pushed it. So I don't know exactly what the like consequence of that was. Um, but basically, what Echo said was that Seeker could feel Pierce's memories like squelching out his own. So I'm not sure what that means, but probably doesn't mean anything good. Um, he frenzies on Seeker like with bloodlust, kills him outright, and then there was a new question mark enemy question mark on the field, which was this vampire. So that was terrifying. The next turn, the plunge agent that was near Tess poured a potion in her mouth and like basically said, "Your friend just gave his neck to a vampire for unknown reasons." And then got up. Could Tess like was really confused, but she had low enough health that if she had left, literally I had to get up from prone and couldn't get to Seeker that round anyway with half her movement. So she tried to like get the vampire spawn off of her instead and like focused on that and then was gonna go revivify him next round. Um, and then I think she like healing words or something like that for her bonus action. Velen yelled, "Tessellation, do not die!" and healing worded her for 16, which was great.
Inspiring.
Um, and then did some cool shit and cast for the first time Rotharim's Psychic Lance to basically see if she could hit Simon. And this is a spell that like goes within 120 feet, and would basically like tell us if Simon is still there within 120 feet of us because she doesn't need to see him. It did not work, unfortunately. The spell failed, but that gave us really good information that like Simon, wherever he is, like teleported more than 120 feet away. So he's probably gotten away from us. Pierce, the vampire, the newly awakened like vampire Pierce, decided to basically go after some of the other mercenaries. He just like immediately like iced one of the mercenaries that was near to him, being like, "You were rude to me," and then said to Seeker, "Thank you for my freedom," and kind of like looked over at Claudia mauling Tool and was like, Call is floating in the astral sea and considering her life choices. Doesn't know about any of this. Um, camera cuts to Astral Sea. Call is doing her nails or something. Um, Vince Vince did some king shit and killed a vampire spawn with the
Classic
critical
Vince.
hit. Vince is like the famous new NPC here. Tool is still up and is grappled, afraid of Claudia, and just like fucking blighted her for like 41 points of damage at close range. That sucked. Call finally, a plunge agent finally got the last hit on Tool, and he went unconscious. And so Call reappeared in the middle of the fight and saw Seeker prone, and was like, "Is this the right timeline?" Claudia at that point is like staring at Seeker's body and is having like a trauma response because of what happened to Jericho,
And Neo.
and Neo.
But
And
mostly Jericho.
I mean, Neo was here for 5 sessions. But Claudia,
It's a
so Claudia
valuable
kind of
asset.
like, Claudia crawled over to the Pierce and to Seeker and is just like weeping and kind of spent her action essentially like pleading for the vampire to bite Seeker and and save him essentially. Tess watches this stone faced in quiet grief. Artie pops his protector cannon to give Tess and a plunge agent some temp HP, and like also kind of like helped out the persuasion check with the flash of genius, being like he meant well. Claudia is like, "Please help him. He's my brother." Meanwhile, this vampire spawn and Velen are duking it out, and this spawn hits Velen with its claws. Seeker is in a dark place, and his hand is aching. And he like finds out, he hears like Saren's voice tell him that he's not alone and he's being taunted, and Saren's like, you couldn't stay away forever, could you? And so like Seeker is like sealing himself for some bad shit to happen in his afterlife. Um, and Killian, meanwhile, is firing tree thrower at a vampire spawn by Velen and like helping Velen out finally and knocking the spawn away from her. Tess is now not in danger of being slashed by the spawn. Um, and kind of like recognizes, like looked and kind of insight checked the vampire to see that the vampire had been sort of like, the Pierce had been sort of moved by this plea. She as is madder than she's ever been in her life. And kind of like, and I think Artie had sort of yelled at her to like, go and stabilize Tool. And so she just did as directed and bypassed Seeker completely, didn't revivify him, and was thinking to Jimino, I underestimated Claudia. She mass healing words the party, and then just kind of like spits at both of them, like, I cannot believe you. Velen, meanwhile, viciously mocks a vampire spawn. Why are you so obsessed with me? Uh, and yeah, and Pierce smiles and drinks from Seeker, gives him the vampiric, basically gives him vampirism, and he is reborn as a Celeritas vampire, but he does lose 2 points of his. He loses 2 intelligence points because Pierce became like an intelligence vampire, basically. And so Seeker kind of like goes from after the like Saren afterlife to this like bright room with marble pillars and crimson banners, and there's seductive women with a long dress and long crimson red hair. That's definitely Nyx. And so I guess he was kind of reborn as a paladin of Nyx. I think a vengeance paladin is what Simic has said. And he accepts her gifts and drinks from her like goblet and becomes a Celeritas vampire. While that is happening, Cal punched apart the last vampire spawn with her sweet tattoo from a distance. And that was about the point where the battle stopped. That was like the last vampire spawn that was, except for the only other vampire there was Pierce, and he wasn't hostile toward us. So combat ended. And Vampire Speaker woke up with 6 levels of exhaustion and had to feed immediately. So that was like the next difficulty. But while that was happening, Artie's hand like tingled, and he was thinking about the books in Lord Ashitari's study, and all of a sudden there's this like large swarm of bats that coalesces, and there's Lord Ashitari in front of us, and we get the sense that like he was like riding shotgun with us, basically. He was like stealth, I guess. I don't know if it was he was on Artie the whole time or something like that. But he said something about how we were his quote unknowing informants. So he was either scrying or
it was Arcane Eye.
or
Yeah.
okay. I don't know
like
that spell.
a bug on Artie, basically.
Basically,
Okay. Yeah, so he had a bug on Artie. It was pretty clear. We were like idiot patsies this whole time. Killian is big mad, but Belen is sort of like, we are the definition of idiot patsies. I don't know what you're talking about. And so Ashitari and Killian proceeded to have this argument wherein Ashitari like basically demanded his property back from Killian, and said that he like embarrassed his dear friend the Baron, and Killian of course snarls like, I struck a deal with the Wild Hearts. He made some implication that Krite was already dead because Krite was sort of like the thing in between them. At which point it sort of came implied that like Krite was dead already, and it seemed like Killian had killed him. We didn't really get to resolve this point because very soon after that, Ashitari cast some really fucking high level magic that nobody but Artie understood was power word kill, and just like killed.
He had to make an example.
Yeah, just killed Killian on the spot in front of all the plunge agents, and basically told the plunge agents that you have 3 days to either like reform your ways and join my city and contribute to it with your talents, or you can fucking scram and you have 3 days, and I don't care which it is. And so then he basically told us, he didn't necessarily say you have done well, but he said like, we have business to discuss, come back to the city, and then he vanishes into a little cloud of bats. Right after this, Tess, still big mad, like sacred flamed Tool to death. And the next difficulty was feeding Seeker. There was a brief argument about like who should be eaten by him. Claudia, of course, tried to like offer him her arm, even though she had like 16 HP or some shit like that. Artie tried to do it too. Ultimately, it was Velen, because Velen wasn't very hurt. So she gets eaten upon, And it feels really super great, the same way that it felt with Tess, but she took like a whole bunch of damage, and I think like lost like 47 of her max HP or something that is going to have to come back over time. Um, Call, meanwhile, was just like so frustrated because she had fucking reversed time to bring Tool back, and then he was immediately dead. And she's sent here to look for some important thing that was supposed to happen, and like 16 important events just happened, and so she was like, "What the fuck?" And she kind of, thinks about. She thought to her like Bending Gardens people, like, "Hey, throw me a crumb of context." Um, and she saw that as Seeker kind of like returned to like his levels of exhaustion started to decrease, when he got up, there was sand in his footsteps, and so he seems like she got the sense that like he has to make some sort of choice in the future, and she doesn't know what it is, but it's going to be important. um, Tess asked Seeker why he fed himself to the vampire, and Seeker straight up cannot tell her why, and said that like maybe it was good to give an ally their freedom. And Tess was like, "How did you know he would be an ally?" And Artie was like, and Artie feels is like, I don't, and Artie sort of like recognized like, oh, it was just a bad plan. Okay, I'm not offended by that anymore.
Oh, you're just dumb.
Oh,
Whew.
this is a bad plan. Okay, I get that. Artie, I get that. Um, and then there was this great moment where
So they
like
can't all be winners, okay?
there was this great moment where Velen, said, "Well, sometimes you just do dumb things like feeding yourself to a vampire." And Seeker's like, "Yeah, I know." And she was like, "I'm talking about me, dumbass." So the Wild Hearts resume their inter-party banter, except that Tess, with her crazy passive perception, saw Claudia crying in the corner and did not move to do anything about it.
Suffer,
And
bitch.
neither did
Which
Call, but
is
Call doesn't care.
no, Call came in. I was about to say,
Exaggerate.
Call came and helped her up, and sort of, asked who Seeker was to her, and Claudia asked if Call wanted to like, do you want to be with us?
She
And
was like, no.
Cal said, no, it's my duty though. Which again, iconic. Call is iconic. Cal then returns to us, mildly miffed that he missed the fight, and Tess sort of like took responsibility for like, hey, we didn't tell you, I didn't want you to be in trouble, and like meanwhile, out of character, Emily was like, I didn't want Echo to have to control another NPC in this fight. We explained in broad strokes what had happened. Tess kind of flatly says that Seeker was a vampire now because the party trusted a vampire more than Jamino to bring Seeker back. At which point already kind of understood the gravity of what that meant to Tess, and immediately was sort of like, I'm so sorry, and like offered her like his wrench, his like first ever wrench. And Tess was like, it's fine, Artie, like I understand, you didn't know that it wasn't like a thing with her soul. Seeker healed Claudia and Call with his paladin thingy healing thing, and we at that point sort of like made a plan to go back to Malachor, because we have to like check in with our vampire buddies, their team Reverie anyway. We need to go get paid for the work that we did, and hopefully learn something about the seventh trellis, because that's technically why we'd come here in the first place, was to figure out if we can get a seventh trellis contact so Cal can sell his item. And we had also talked about bringing Killian's body with us so we could cast Speak with Dead tomorrow to see if there's any last questions that we want to ask Killian, who is dead on the ground. Oh, the other thing that we did too was Artie and Tess convinced the plunge agent, at least Vince, but hopefully the rest of the plunge agents, to clear out of the camp and just run. And so we gave them some rations and some good berries and all that stuff, so they could get the fuck out of here and save their own lives. And that's where we left off.
Yeah, that covers all the details, I believe. So let's go ahead and change the splash, as you guys are in the clearing where the fight happened. Before anything else, I require a D100 from Cauldron.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Don't die, Cauldron.
Okay.
That'll
Maybe
do
the
it.
Hellhound will come visit again.
Ah!
Yeah.
Nice.
Ori
You have the
is back
same
for the
dice
16th.
again. How the fuck?
Okay. Noted. So,
Okay.
what are you guys doing?
What? Just noted. You just walk in and Cauldron's like, nice.
I mean, I think
I'd
we're just walking,
like
right?
to do
Like,
something
heading-
before
oh.
we'd leave the scene of all of the shenanigans,
This here.
and that is Claudia going up to Seeker and just saying, "I'm so sorry.
Or?
I didn't know what you wanted, but I didn't care, and I feel like I made that choice for you, and I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted."
He looks at you for a moment, and then he smiles and he pats you on your head. He goes, there. It's all right. I'm alive.
No,
and I am
you're not.
free. Well, shush.
You didn't hear that. Claudia
Oh.
heard that.
Oh. She would not retort that way. I didn't want to lose you, so I'm sorry.
Right, well, I suppose I did something pretty fucking stupid, so.
Guess we're even. You did something stupid, I did something stupid.
Right, and I got this, and he pulls the fucking tree thrower off his back.
It actually looks reasonably sized for Seeker.
That's true.
That's right. He's huge. That's so funny.
I'm sure you'll do wonders with it.
And you know what else?
No?
He'll touch the back of his hand, and I can't hear that bitch no more.
Really?
For the moment, yeah.
I guess that's a good thing. If
Mm.
anything good could come out of this.
Right, where did he go, by the way?
What happened? What did you say?
Where'd he go, by the way?
Where'd who go?
Pierce, what's his name? I think.
I don't know. All of us stopped looking at him for a minute, and then he was gone.
Sneaky bastard.
Maybe you'll see him again.
Probably not. Well, that's all right.
As you're having this conversation, what's your passive perception, everybody?
20.
Well,
11.
15.
17.
With a 20,
16.
Tess, you're the only one who sees. Standing near Cauldron, kind of on the balls of his feet, as if he's just patiently waiting, you see a strange lizard man you know none of you have ever seen before.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, shit.
Strange lizard man.
He's wearing like a long cloak and fine robes, but with your fine perception, every time he moves, you kind of hear the gentle tinkle of metal on metal.
Can I insight check this person?
Yeah, roll insight.
Yeah, does he seem like I mean, he's not attacking us, but does he seem like he's connected with all these vampire people at all? Does he seem like a fucking bounty hunter? Like,
If you guess, I'll tell you. No, just
15.
roll the
Yeah,
insight.
15. I'm trying to tell you. Here's what I'm looking
With a
for.
15, he seems non-hostile. He's wearing clothes that do not belong here. He looks very out of place. Lots of like bright green and dull green colors that they strike you as Kayan?
Yeah. Oh, they can. Okay. I would like to nudge Call and kind of like lift my chin toward him.
Cauldron, you glance over now that he's been pointed out to you, and you spot a familiar face. Ray Sean is standing there next to you.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have a moment? Just one for Rayshawn. Thank you.
And ignoring everybody, she just steps off.
oh well, he hasn't started drawing blood, so Claudia's gonna assume that this is
Tess
fine.
would like to try to read the lips.
Oh, he's not hiding the conversation. He basically is like, they are of no consequence.
Seeker's not even paying attention.
Yeah,
He's just looking
Cauldron,
down his window.
same brain. Got
Yeah.
it.
You sipped of the sands of time.
Yes, I did.
Rayshawn would like you to justify this decision.
She sighs, which is strange. She's like,
Here's what he looks like, by the way.
"Yay, hey, bud."
Hey,
Yes.
buddy.
Those of you with sharp perception will notice the pouch on his belt moves slightly and strangely.
Oh.
That's where the kittens are. You should reach in there and get them.
You can
Okay.
certainly try.
Boots, is that you?
So if you reach for the bag, 2 eyes peer off the top of the bag and he goes like at you when you get near it.
The bag does.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, was anyone actually reaching for the bag, or was that?
Oh, I'm
I wasn't.
sorry. I thought Claudia was. Never mind.
No, Claudia, I was
It's
a
my
pen
set.
joke. Claudia's just in her own shit
Understood.
right now.
Then that didn't
This
happen.
team that I have identified and been watching.
You were right to
Needed.
do so, but
Right. The plan. There was a plan. The plan was to use a specific vampire as some kind of leverage. And in the interest of following this plan, I dipped into the sands of time because one of these people destroyed the vampire.
I see that pile of dust is what you are referring to.
Mm-hmm. And then I got banished. And I came back and he was dead again.
Again,
And now the one that destroyed it the first time is a vampire.
it seems
So
as
there was a
though
plan. It was just a bad plan.
this flow of sand is spaghetti. Rayshawn can sympathize. Plans do not always go according to how you wish.
But then he turns and looks at you and looks you in the eye and he asks,
You believed in this decision in the moment.
Yes.
roll me a persuasion check or a deception
Oh,
check.
no.
Well, I'm equally good at both.
Choose one.
I will choose the real one. Yay! So that's like a 5.
Well, you're not lying.
Rayshawn's mouth splits wide in a very toothy smile, and he slams you on the shoulder and he says,
Better luck next time.
and he turns to the rest of you, and then he looks at you, Artie, and he says,
Hold on to that Anthalar. It will matter.
Artie goes invisible.
Oh no, you made him ink.
for 6 for 6
He's
seconds,
an excitable little one.
Very
6
much
seconds
so.
past, you just reappear.
and then I just reappear behind Seeker,
Oh,
peeking around his leg.
Hiding, hide, seeker.
Good luck.
good.
and
They're all a little jumpy.
Tess defensively turns into Artie.
There's a lot
What
of
a-
ink in this party.
No.
Rayshawn
Cauldron's
is
just kinda
trying
like,
to
this
leave.
is what I'm going to be doing, my guy.
It's not that big a deal. Calm down.
Good luck to you, sir.
he dips his head, and then he steps into the air, it looks like, and is gone.
Well, that was weird.
All right, quick question: what the fuck is an Anthalar? Is that the adamantine spike I have?
No.
No, it's the
No.
fucking thing you got when you saved Seeker.
Yeah, there was
That
like
big
a
ball that drained
that big
magic or
ball
whatever.
of that big ball. Remember we had that
Oh,
terrible
when we
fight.
first met Seeker.
We had to keep making wisdom saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Because of
remember
it.
what I put that under. An orb.
Anthalar.
Okay, Anthalar. Can you spell that in the chat for me so I can change the title?
Can I get an F in
Sure.
the chat?
I had an orb.
Yeah,
I
you
love that he
rolled
spelled
some,
it and effed.
you rolled some crazy high arcana about it. It was a long time ago, but you rolled some
Yeah.
crazy high arcana about it.
Notes? Question mark. Important.
So is it official that I've had 3 character deaths now? Is that
Yes.
official?
I mean, this one you're still survived at least.
No, I'm still technically dead, so.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, yes,
But you're
he
still in
died.
the campaign. You're still in the campaign, is what I mean. Like you're still a
That's fair.
PC.
That's fair.
Can we?
Not like that.
Can we go?
Right? Sure.
Yes.
Are we going straight to Lord Agitari, or maybe getting a night's sleep first?
Right? Do I need to sleep now, or how does that work?
You don't know.
That was he
Jack-
asked in character.
You're dead. Do I know?
I mean, does Claudia
vampires
know?
work?
Claudia, roll a history.
I'm not good at those, but hey, maybe. 6.
I feel
We
like
need to get you a coffin.
Cauldron probably knows.
Oh,
Cauldron, roll a history.
I don't really want to carry it
Maybe not.
around though.
19.
Cauldron, you don't remember anything about vampires needing cauldrons? Needing coffins. You don't recall anything about them needing coffins, but you do know that when a vampire does need to sleep, they need to sleep. And they will sleep wherever they are.
She just looks at him and she's like, "Do you feel sleepy?"
Ah,
No.
I don't think so. No.
Well, watch for that feeling.
Right? That's not ominous or anything.
It is normal.
For the rest of the people who need to sleep, are we going straight to Lord Agitari?
We can go get payment and then go get a night's sleep.
I'm
I got
not
a
going
lot
to be useful for much.
That's what I mean.
Artie, can we put Killian in your bag, please, so people don't look at us strangely?
I'd have to ask Barry first, but wait,
How
Uh,
far
we
away
just
are we? Did we
have
have like
Killian?
an hour or so?
He's
to
dead as
travel?
shit.
we have
whatever
his,
you do to him.
we have his body.
Oh, somebody's just dragging his body around.
I
Well,
thought
we're
Seeker was
asking for you to
carrying
put
him.
it in
Yeah, I thought-
your
yeah, I thought-
bag
I
so
thought-
we
I
don't
thought
look like
Seeker-
murderers.
Yeah, I thought Seeker. I think
Okay,
Seeker's carrying him. I
yeah.
think before we get Tess is saying before we get back, if we decide to go back into civilization, we should put the dead body or in the bag of
Ah.
holding.
One condition.
Hmm?
What's that?
Barry's probably gonna need some berries because he's gonna
Oh.
come out.
I
good
gave
berries.
I gave all my good berries to them,
Oh
but
shit, he's
oh
gonna
no,
get
I can burn a spell slot because it's a spell I know. I'll burn a spell slot.
Okay,
for good
okay.
berries.
Did somebody say berries? I heard berries.
Lure him out.
Yeah, I'll get you. All right, come on, Barry. And I open up the
No, we
bag.
decided he can't have more than 2 of these, or it'll make his tummy too.
Ow.
Who decided that? I
traitor.
didn't agree to that.
Yeah, Barry didn't agree to that.
It's
I'll
gonna
give
make
him
his
3.
tummy hurt. If
I'll
you-
give him 3. And then maybe I have to carry him.
He is a medium-sized ferret, so
He's so much
not
bigger.
kidding.
They feed
Yeah.
they
Not
feed
good
literally an entire human for a day.
Okay.
He did this before and it made his tummy hurt.
I'm gonna take 3 berries from her, and okay, Barry. As we go, I'll give you one, and then another, and probably another one. But for now, just one. We need to get back.
Tess is
It's a good
preparing to
start.
perform a medicine check
Uh-huh.
on.
Does he speak
Kind of
out
like
loud,
the
or is this in your head?
It's just in
It's
his head.
just Artie.
Okay.
Everyone hears
Well, I think we can hear Artie talking because I don't think he's being telepathic.
probably.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I would also just for fun, I would like him to make a perception check for the little fucking what's it called? The little lizard thing that
The
Seeker-
Baracadile?
Brocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
It's still here? Is it like still
It's
hanging
stuck
out with
underneath
Seeker?
Seeker's pauldron and is trying to chew on it, but the armor is not.
It's
It's magical, so
I just
Okay.
tickle
it's
him
just
with
slobbering
chin.
on it, basically.
Like this whole time in the whole battle. Okay, got it. Tess just wanted to check, see all the animals in the party were okay.
All 2 of them appear to be fine.
Okay.
So we've got like about an hour to travel. Was it?
Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
As we're
Hal said he knew the
traveling,
way.
can I pull out a crowbar from my pack and try to feed him and tame him?
Roll animal handling. Because it is just a random wild Baracadile.
I
It's
touch-
true.
I touch Seeker's shoulder and cast guidance.
Hey!
You can do that?
Yep.
Oh shit.
That's 16 plus whatever this D4 is. Open it.
You need to connect your
Wait, Is
foundry.
Barry a ferret?
Yeah, Barry's.
He's
Oh,
a
7.
giant ferret. He's a giant
Okay,
weasel.
cool.
He's like a weasel. He's like a weasel thing.
I'm looking for character.
So 17?
Yeah.
Okay. He chews on the crowbar, which all of you suddenly smell this acrid, acidic, just melting iron. Like, it doesn't smell great. But the Baracadal, you all hear as it's happily chewing on this crowbar. It stays on your shoulder as it does so. I'll say you're improving your relationship with the Baracadile, but you can't tame it yet.
Hey,
A
perfectly
little
fine.
more time.
Oh, I should remove... Rayshon's not here anymore.
Bye, Rishon.
Bye.
We head back, I
Mm-hmm.
assume.
You make
Yeah,
your way back towards
Tess-
Malachor.
Tess turns back into regular Tess and is like helping Velen. Like refuses to let her walk on her by herself, has her like arm around her shoulder.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed.
As you are
I bet you
approaching the
do,
city of
honey.
Malachor, it is late in the evening. The suns are setting. As you're making your way through the forest and along like the side roads heading towards the actual main road that leads up to Malachor, sunlight does manage to make its way between the
Yes.
trees. Seeker,
Let's
I need you to roll me a
go.
con save. As you feel sunlight glance across your face, and we'll find out how much that hurts in a moment.
Sure will. 16.
That is successful. You
Yeah, you need
managed
to grow
to
hair to hide your face.
you manage to resist the sunlight. You feel this strange pang of hunger suddenly claw up in your stomach out of nowhere. It's mild. You manage to blush. So, for the moment, Seeker looks perfectly as alive as he did not too long ago.
Right, that doesn't feel fucking good at all. Holy shit.
You hear in your mind, Claudia, imagine how it feels at my age.
You
I
see a
bet
lot
she
of
would like
sun?
to.
That's up to you, really.
She'll hold it out in the light. Just pull off the amulet.
That was a test. You're a bitch.
She kind of keeps it in the beams of sunlight, watching it play off the glass.
It really doesn't bother me.
It just looks pretty.
Oh, that
You'll
was
regret
amazing.
that later.
The Marquis de Sade over there is training his pupil. Sorry, that's my joke. Not Bella's
Yeah.
joke.
Oh my god, is Claudia becoming a sadist?
Seems
Oh
like.
boy.
Who knows?
Yikes!
Do we encounter any trouble on the way back?
No.
Hooray.
As you make your way back to Malachor, it is quiet. There are travelers on the main road, and that makes it easy to travel quietly. Especially with Seeker maintaining the blush, no one gives you guys a strange look. Except for the fact that most of you are covered in blood.
So, yeah, I have my hood up, my deep hood on my cape. I'm like, leave me alone.
Oh fuck.
You are pretty
Prestidigitation.
bloody. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe clean off some of the blood.
Prestidigitation. Just several times. Just.
Sure.
Nope.
You make your team look less murdery.
Just slightly less disgusting,
little.
and maybe it smells a little bit better.
A little less
That thing
dragonate,
in
too.
Baldur's Gate where you just got in a fight, now you're in a cutscene, and your whole party's just a bloodbath.
Those of you with a decent passive perception, 15 or above, spot a tall half-orc woman standing outside the gates of Malachor with her arms folded.
Alrighty.
Kacha? Is it Kacha?
Yes.
Oh,
there he is.
That is
Yeah.
Barry.
Oh, baby.
Nice, Barry.
Is already all prestidigitation and cleaned up and everything?
I mean, I didn't
Nice.
specifically
It-
exclude him
it-
from the magic.
Okay.
So
So-
I would
yeah.
decline
Roll-
if I see her.
He
Can't-
wants
mean,
to look
Yeah,
Roll
wouldn't
the
Kacha
dice.
No,
like
that's-
it? Yeah.
that's-
I have
Test
to
season
say, like, Velen was not like, she's not like chasing anybody around with her magic. She's
She's
leaning
too tired
against
for
it,
that,
trying
yeah.
not to fall over. She's just like, whee! So
Okay.
anybody who did not want to be clean is not.
Who's not covered in blood?
Seeker is not.
I think everybody is not
I'm-
except Artie,
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
because he wants to look
Okay.
rugged.
Artie,
I'm gonna tap. I clock Kacha out of the corner of my eye. I put my hand on Artie's shoulder and cast guidance on him, and then I point her out.
Shit. Oh shit, this is happening, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we're returning to the town she lives in.
Yeah, I forgot it. A lot has happened in the past day. Okay, I'm not nervous.
Right, you
Uh,
got this. I believe in you.
Had a little drink about an hour ago, and it went
Uh,
straight to my head.
As we return to Malachor,
Artie, didn't you make didn't you make her something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Katja, with her arms folded, nods at your team, and she says, "Good to see y'all again."
Mission accomplished.
Likewise.
What the fuck happened to you?
Just out there killing and doing stuff, being a badass.
Right? He helped save my life, believe it or not.
Murdered a bunch of people. Usual.
What?
Huh?
Y'all got a lot to tell then, huh?
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
All right, I believe it. I don't need all of you to dogpile on. What happened? I heard some shit out in the plunge went down.
Honestly, it was rather anticlimactic, if you gotta ask me.
Right, don't ask him.
Is that why
Okay.
is that why you're covered in blood?
Yeah, they all just kind of died way too easy, so it's just not as fun as I thought it'd be.
I look at Artie like I try to give him the signal like a little too much there. Like,
A little too much. Okay. Do you want
He's
like?
back, player. Come on.
You want?
That's me laughing in real life.
Do you want like just like a condensed version of it, or like the whole thing?
Why don't we wait till we get to the rest of the squad and then you can lay it out?
All right, I got you something for later. Don't let me forget.
Do I get to come, Echo?
If you want.
I'm not in the scene.
Yes, you. Oh shit! I was like,
I
"What are you
guess we're leaving
talking
Cauldron
about?"
behind.
I was like, bye. No.
I have never been so attracted to an orc before.
Bro, tell me about it. What
I
the
mean, she's
fuck?
hot as hell.
That's
Yeah, Jesus.
She's so muscular, and then she has such a soft face.
It's very
Good. It's a
confusing.
good balance.
Mm-hmm.
Echo has regretted.
My girl
Life
probably hears
choices.
me from the other room, like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
I don't think I've ever had an NPC art that everyone macked on quite as hard as Katja.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, everybody loves a muscle woman.
I guess so.
It's true.
Muscle mommy. is
Listen,
her.
being carried around while looking into those soft, beautiful eyes. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down.
they're just
Oh, I think we're all horny posting. Echo, please escort the scene.
Yeah. Katja turns and like ways for all of you to follow her as she begins her making way down the main street of Malachor. It doesn't take long before Reverie suddenly appears, except Seeker, with your improved reflexes, you can keep track of how fast Reverie moves. You don't think you're as fast as her, but you can keep a mark on her. She darts from a side alley, and then is right in front of you all. And you notice Seeker, and only Seeker notices this. She seems to, her eyes were bright red as she was moving super quickly, and her face looked gaunt and hollow. And then as soon as she stops, she takes a breath, and then she looks back to full blush, living form.
That's so composed.
Mm-hmm. So utilizing the powers shows your true form.
no.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all again. I've heard,
Great.
Hello.
I've received some orders for escort. Your duty with the plunge is finished. I would love to hear all of the details.
I got you.
Duty
don't
for
worry.
escort means that we're meeting now and not going to bed then.
Do you need rest?
Oh, I mean, yes, but maybe we should just get this out of the way.
No.
Alright.
No. If you're tired, if you're worn from a fight or something, go get some rest at the inn, and then we'll meet with Achatari in the morning. That's fine.
You're not gonna be mad.
It's not rude.
No. Lord Achatari handles business all morning until he goes to sleep around the afternoon. Once
Okay.
you have a schedule, you keep to it.
Right, all right. So,
Something is different about you. She's looking at Seeker.
Who, me?
Yes?
who, me?
Right. Well, what's different?
There's... Okay, I guess I won't beat around the bush. Did you die?
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
And were you brought back?
Yeah, that happened too.
Okay,
It was a
well...
really tense couple of minutes.
I was
So-
relaxing.
So you're now a kindred.
Yeah, that is true. Yep.
I was mistaken. We must go speak to Hachitari immediately. You must declare yourself.
Oh,
Right. I don't
right.
know what that means, but well, sure, let's go.
What do you know?
We didn't really plan
Not
for
a
this.
goddamn thing.
I have a book that tells me about like kind of how
Oh,
a
I
kindred
actually have a
that
book too
work at
that might
Malachor,
help.
but it's really dry, so we don't have any actual information on it.
I just didn't think to look because we were busy walking and I was trying not to fall over.
Well, I can give
Right.
you the vague rundown, or you can get the full one from Hachitari himself.
Let's do that one.
Regardless,
Probably the
you
latter.
must declare yourself as a kindred to him.
Oh,
You do
so
not-
she
And
could
that
be
means
underneath.
what exactly?
It just means you are acknowledging that you are on the other side of mortality. There's really only a couple rules you must follow as a kindred. One,
But, like, I'm not pledging myself to him, right? That's
No,
not what
you're
that
just-
is.
no, you're telling him that
Okay.
you're a kindred, and you acknowledge
Right.
that.
Yeah, sure. All right. then.
There's two big rules that I must tell you now before any accidents might happen. The first, if you feed off of a human or any other mortal, don't kill them, and make sure that you cover the wound. No,
I looked to Velen to see if her wound is like open or like you could see it.
you can see that she was bit there. Yeah,
All right.
you
well,
must first lick that so it closes.
I mean, I
what?
could just. He doesn't need to lick me. I can just feel it.
When you finish a bite, you must lick it closed. And it will be as if it was never there, so long as the mortal is still alive. If they perish from your bite, there's nothing you can do about it, and you are then in trouble.
You have like a
Right.
fat sandpaper tongue. Is that how you close it?
It's
Sandpaper.
It's a gift of Nyx.
Ow, sorry.
So right then, what happens if I do what happened to me?
If you drink a mortal till they die and then bring them back.
Yeah.
If you bring them back as a kindred, well, first, make sure they have something to eat, or they will frenzy. Second, have them declare themselves to your local baron or Lord Achitari. If you're not in Malachor, it would be a local baron. If you don't have them declared, they are astray. And that is bad.
I don't think you're ready for parenthood.
Who the what? No.
I mean, it's probably not
I-
wrong.
She says that. Who is your sire? Who made you?
His name was-
So right,
That's a story and a half.
As she's talking to you, you see Triumph just like approaching from behind.
Tess is gonna look up at Triumph and say, and nod to
Hey.
Velen and say, "We need some restoration now."
Fine.
I'm gonna ask
What happened to
Claudia, who are these people?
She fed him.
We'll give you the
It-
rundown in a minute.
Triumph
It
like
was-
blinks.
There
And
was this
who?
whole thing, and it was better me than anybody else at the time.
No, that was the right decision. If
I
you didn't feed him, he would have frenzied, and someone would have died.
well, that's good.
I go grab her hand
would've
and just
been him.
lick it.
I said I could feel it.
As you lick
Haven't
it,
we had
the
enough
tooth holes
uncomfortable
suddenly
intimacy
close
for one
extremely
night?
quickly.
Right? It's not intimate. It's just fucking licking.
Tess,
It
Calm
is your
down.
tongue on my friggin' skin. It is friggin' intimate.
You
Gross.
regain 1 hit point.
Was it like
That bypasses the HP limitation.
Cool.
was it like a cat tongue?
No.
No, it was like
Look at
pretty much
that.
every other time that I've been, like,
it was a guy's tongue. Like it probably felt a little unpleasant.
Artie doesn't understand why it closes the wound.
Sheriff Reverie?
Yes, this has been a lot in a few minutes. Maybe we should step off into an alley.
Yeah, okay. She follows. I'm assuming everybody else does.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Always happy to
Seeker,
go into an alley.
Seeker hasn't done it
Hold
yet,
on.
but he wants to try to imitate what he saw Reverie do. He's gonna try to go fast.
Roll me a
He'll
con
use
save.
haste.
You expose yourself as a
Natural
vampire in
20.
front of everybody. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you feel that hunger claw up from within you, but you fight it down, and you suddenly are imbued with the effects of haste. So suddenly, Seeker just like starts like moving extremely quickly, and
We're going like 5 feet.
yeah, was this really the time? I mean,
Yes.
fair enough. I see
Sure.
you are the same heritage as I am. Claudia was your name? Yes. What was it?
This is Cauldron. She's with us right now.
I did assume. Hello, Cauldron. I am Reverie Architari, Sheriff of Malachor. This is
Thank you.
These are my colleagues, Triumph and Kotra the Ironclad.
Hello.
Greetings. And Kotra
Haste
just
ends
nods.
and Seeker falls over.
Oh,
That is why I was concerned.
All
You have to learn how to hide that part, or it all looks ridiculous.
right. Oh.
you said there was a second rule. You only
Yes.
said the first.
Right. Do you know what diablerie is?
Oh.
Just Claudia.
Roll a history. Cauldron and Claudia.
14.
With a 14, you've heard that word said before. But no one would ever tell you what it meant.
Mm-mm.
I'm 17.
Cauldron, you don't know.
I don't chime in because I just have heard it, but I don't know anything about it.
Diablerie is the worst crime a kindred can commit. Should you perform it, you are immediately slated for execution. And you will be executed. Diablerie is consuming the last beat of blood from another vampire. Should you consume another vampire, you grow in strength, but you also grow in madness. There are no exceptions. If you commit diablerie, you are slated for death. It
Right,
is
so like, if it happens, you just know, or like, how does that work?
well, divination is a powerful magic.
Oh, right, that's true.
And as an undead, your histories are more written on your poor dead soul than otherwise. And it is my job as Sheriff of Malachor to find any kindred who makes that mistake and remove their head.
Right, so it's not. So I guess the question is, you can do it, just don't kill them doing it.
What?
There is no way to diablerize without killing a
No, he
kindred.
means he can feed off another vampire.
Oh, yes. Sometimes that is necessary. But if you do feed off another vampire, they will grow in hunger as well.
What if he just kills another one, but like justified? That's fine as long
You
as
can
it isn't
kill
like, okay.
other vampires as
Ah,
much as you
cool.
need to.
Yeah,
You-
we did.
we
quite
did
a bit
that.
of that. Yeah, we did.
That
that.
happens.
That's why I was asking. Yeah.
There
Why
are
is
no
it so-
laws against killing kindred.
Why is it so bad?
Go mad.
Because
Well, yeah, but why do they have to be
Let me-
chased?
let me put it this way.
Don't they just suffer from their own madness?
Let me put it this way. If kindred were allowed to consume other kindred with no issue, no law forcing them otherwise, what would prevent a kindred from becoming so powerful that even the gods couldn't compete with them? They could just consume every kindred they birth until they were unstoppable.
Right, so you're telling me
completely
I could
mad.
get strong
It
enough
has
to kill a
happened.
god.
I'm telling you, as a
Oh.
kindred, if you manage to live long enough, you will grow strong enough to kill a god anyway. Don't do it by consuming other kindred, or I will have to kill you.
She's literally saying she'll be the one who has to kill you, Seeker.
Right, I understand that.
Can I insight check him? Does he seem even remotely tempted by this idea? I'm just curious.
Do you need to?
Sure, roll an insight.
Go ahead, roll insight.
Natural 19 for 21.
He was extremely tempted until she said you'll just get that strong anyway if you just live.
Oh. So if you're patient, yeah.
Yeah, he's got plenty
Aldrin,
of
you said it
patience.
happened?
I'm sorry?
Does he?
Say that again?
You,
Caldrin,
Velen.
you said that it's happened before?
Oh. Yes. In some timelines.
Those are the bad timelines.
Is that where
They're
Nyx
not
comes
good.
from?
No,
I don't know.
no. I know the story of Nyx as our champion. Nyx was the first kindred.
I was
Claudia-
just curious if it ever got anybody shoved in a bottle.
What?
Good question.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Claudia kind of nudges Seeker and looks up at him and she says, maybe you should talk to her about Nyx.
Right, but maybe that's for tomorrow. We should go see. What's his name again?
Lord Achatari?
Right, that guy. We should go see him.
Okay.
Triumph. Could you
Yep.
help? I don't know how much money I have, but
It's fine. As long as we're not fighting anything, I'm okay.
you're weak as a kitten.
Kittens are adorable.
Yeah,
Right, and we have an
you're
escort right
adorable.
here.
You're
It's
always
fine.
adorable. It's not about that. I don't like it, and if we can't get sleep for a while, I want you to feel better.
I'm okay.
What are you asking for?
She fed him, and if you have restoration, I can't today.
I have restoration. This is not a thing that requires restoration.
Is it only sleep?
Yes.
It's
You don't
fine.
have to- Belen,
Look, I'm standing up.
How much did you feed him?
I
a
don't
lot.
know.
A lot.
40 max hit points worth?
He was. It's not like he was. He didn't kill me.
It looks
Standing
like
here.
you came pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
Well, in the future, he's looking at Seeker. He says, in the future, try and hold back a little when it's someone you care about.
Right, well, it was my first time. I didn't really have a
Neither of
choice.
us
You
knew what we were
neglected to
doing.
mention that. He's like looking over. Okay.
Seeker? Not Seeker. Triumph. You're like standing next to each other. You're both vampire
Yeah.
Goliath. Leave me alone.
I'm coming to this conversation in the middle. I didn't catch that part.
Sorry.
He's a baby.
I just wanted to ask if there was any, like, if a vampire created has, like, do they feel beholden to the person who makes them?
Kind of. But not really. It's,
More the
I mean,
contract,
obviously
right?
they might feel, a little grateful that they're not dead anymore.
Right,
Seems-
you asked me who it was.
It's not like ghouling somebody. It's not the same.
Probably up to the individual what kind of emotional connection they have.
Did you stay with the person who made you?
Yep.
Oh, whoops.
I find it kind of weird that I'm going to be the voice of reason, but should we go to
Yeah.
Achatari's and not
Yeah,
talk in
Tess
the
is
street?
Tess is gonna be like trying to
Yeah.
get them to walk and talk at the same time.
Why'd you cast
They-
Mage Hand?
Still
She
didn't mean
said
to-
sorry.
I was just click it, yeah.
Oh, and just
Still has-
suddenly a hand appears.
Still
I
has,
mean, like,
still
but
has
then I
an
was like,
arm
fuck
around
it.
Belen.
I'll take my mage hand. It's invisible. It's coming with me through the city
Okay.
for 10 10.
Sure.
Maybe it would help if I hydrated more.
Tess hands you water skin.
A bigger iron diet would help, actually. More
Seeker pulls out his
spinach.
flask of Dipsky whiskey and starts drinking.
No.
Roll me a con save.
He doesn't
Nah.
know.
You're about to find
That's
out.
true. He doesn't
You
You
didn't
sure?
know? You didn't know?
I mean, I did. Seeker doesn't.
Seeker, roll a con save.
24.
Good
Okay.
thing you're a paladin.
You drink it. It tastes just as you remember.
So he
uh,
still doesn't know. Love it.
No, he knows. You feel your body rebel against it briefly, but as you engage the blush, it tastes good, but you know you had to make it taste good.
Right? No, I did not agree to this bullshit.
Oh, now
I
he's
mean,
Ah.
It's definitely your fault. You know, you got like you chose this.
When you say that, Reverie looks up at you and just boops you on the nose, and he says, "It's called a curse for a reason." Off we go.
Ah. Right.
Tess grinds her teeth, shakes her head.
As you make your way through Cauldron, I have to place you on the map again. Dang it! Where did
Okay.
I keep losing you?
Come
As
on,
we're-
back.
So does the timeline.
It's true.
I'm
Ah,
watching.
As we're walking,
You went down the
Uh.
other leg of the trousers of time.
the Seeker will
Every
pull
call-
out the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna
No?
say something stupid.
No, I insist.
Oh.
I was gonna say
Uh,
every cauldron is a different cauldron that gets put on a map.
Well played. Seeker's just gonna pull out the bottle of Dipsky whiskey he has, and he's just gonna sigh, and he'll go, "All right, lad, you can have this," and he'll hand it to Artie.
Yeah,
Tess,
fuck yeah.
Tess reaches for it immediately.
What?
Right? You want one? And he'll pull out the spiced Dipsky whiskey and hand it to
Great.
How many does
Great.
he
Yeah.
have?
you. Ooh,
Well,
he
he has
had
a
the
whole lot.
regular and the spiced one.
He
I
got
see.
it. He got he spent a million cauldrons.
Yeah, it was very expensive.
I'm gonna take a little swig and put it away.
Nice.
As that happens,
Yes.
Reverie does say, "You can get drunk. You just have to drink from people who've been drunk."
Oh, come on.
Right? He looks at Artie
No.
and he puts his hand out to shake yours.
No.
If you're paying.
Well, don't look at me.
Right? Hell yeah, let's do it.
We've
I
done
like
enough
it.
of this.
Can we
We've
get
done
the-
enough of this tonight.
Right? No, not right now, but in the future.
Yeah, fuck yeah, why not?
Right?
I'm glad that you two are planning on enjoying each other socially more at a later time. Let's go, please.
Let's pull you over to the compound. You're all so cute. As you arrive at the compound, the gates are open, especially at this time at night. Reverie just strides on through them as you all follow. And you see the main building in the middle of the compound. This is a place, Cauldron, you've never seen before. And it's also a place that you've never seen in your visions before. Which doesn't usually
Ooh.
happen.
No, I'm
New
not on the map.
information.
God,
New
what the
information.
fuck? Oh, you were...
Ori is.
Yeah, or he's here.
Get
Ah!
out of here.
Welcome back, Ori.
Yeet!
No.
On the run from the cops.
I was like, there's the right amount of people here, but I don't know who's missing.
Me!
It was you.
It was me.
As you head up
I hate when that happens.
to the gates. You head through the gates, you head up to the main building. You see the doors open, and a familiar woman appears. Lila Achatari steps out. We were expecting you. I've heard good news? I will say, my father seems pleased.
That's good news.
He's a nice guy. I like him a lot.
Not a usual comment I hear about my father, but I'll take it.
You just gotta get to know him a little bit, you know?
Is that why you can summon him at will?
Yeah.
You see Lila just smirks, and then she turns to the Reverie crew and she says, I'll take them in from here. And Reverie says, more than that, one of them needs to declare themselves. And Lila looks surprised.
Seeker just raises his hand.
It has been a busy night. All right.
Are they all coming in with us?
The
No.
Reverie crew or not?
Ah, gotcha. Meet me at the bar I'm staying at later.
All right.
Yeah. Drinks on me.
Right?
Probably,
Can you come too,
literally,
Reverie?
and
Just stop.
figuratively.
I can.
Oh my god, is she
Right.
gonna do a body shot off of Artie?
I think that's what
You
he's
forget I made a
suggesting,
gun that shoots whiskey?
Yeah.
I forgot you made a gun that shoots whiskey.
Yeah,
She's
that's what he
gonna
made
love
for her.
that.
That's what
Oh
he made
god,
for her.
she's gonna love that. I can't wait.
As you head into the Achatari foyer.
Cauldron's like walking behind Seeker,
damn it.
mostly, usually.
Get out of here, Ori.
Shadowing him.
Following,
Artie
following,
was in here too.
following in his sand-filled footsteps.
Cauldron's like, who's this chick?
She
Hiding
looks
behind a
like
curtain.
delinquent to me.
Looks like a criminal.
As you
Wait, I'm
enter,
missing this time.
That's
right, you were gone.
Oh my god.
Oh, is it just pulling up all
Also,
the
wrong
previous?
Claudia
Yeah.
is here. That was Claudia
There's
before her
two.
innocence was shattered.
struggling.
There's double Claudia.
2 Claudias, no Seekers, plus
And
Ori.
Ori.
Ori's everywhere. She's
Foundry is like, I don't fucking know what characters
Changing
you
her
have in
party
this campaign
composition.
anymore.
Amazing.
Okay. One moment, please.
Hmm.
There it is. As you enter the Achatari's main building, you hear piano being played. It is not coming from the study, and Lila is continuing on past that study down the long hall into a huge ballroom, where on the far side of it, opposite the entrance, you see there is a huge grand piano. And seated at it, you see Kynan himself is just playing a pretty slow waltz. But as you all make your way closer, he stops playing and turns on the bench. You did not need to make such haste.
The sheriff said we needed to declare.
Oh? Hmm.
Test not to Seeker.
Welcome to the fold! And he stands, approaching you, Seeker. How do you feel?
Right? I'm grateful yet disappointed.
Mm-hmm. That is not an uncommon feeling. Was it a dire moment, an emergent need that it happened? Or
Right,
was
well,
this a choice?
Right. Well, 50-50, let's say.
Let's call it poor decision making.
Right? I've made a mistake and may have died, right?
It was a choice.
And then things may have happened.
To my knowledge, I wanted to save him and I knew that. Would it work?
It would certainly work if he was killed by a vampire, and you clearly were.
All right. That did happen, yeah.
That is good. Welcome to the other side of the mortal coil. I hope you have plans for your future, because there is going to be quite a bit of it.
All the time in the world.
What did you say?
Bad decision.
Cauldron, Lord Kynan looks over at you and he says, "Ah, a stranger from the woods."
Well,
Do
not
you-
anymore, clearly.
Do you have an end in mind for our friend here?
No, that's not really what I do.
Well, that is interesting. What do you do?
Follow people around the woods, watch them. It's a hobby.
Your honesty is appreciated, if a little concerning. That is not my problem. So, you are a kindred. First things first. Oh, one moment. I must retreat to my study. And he moves. If you thought Reverie was fast, it's a joke.
Was he a speedy boy too?
You don't know.
I take it a
Well,
little
I'm
personally.
learning this is a bunch of bullshit.
He moves extremely quickly and then is back, and he presses a small book into your hand, Seeker.
Right.
Is this a copy of the book that we just got?
It is.
Ah!
You got a
You are
pocket
handed
Bible.
a small book of Nod. You see impressed
Bible.
into the face of it is a symbol of Nyx, a fang with a single drop of blood falling from it. That is for your eyes only. I do not recommend you show it to any of your friends unless they are also dead, in which case they would be able to read it.
Right. Well, question.
Yes, that is why I'm here.
Right. So,
As that was a joke. I'm here to rule a city. What is your question?
right, can I get as fast as you are?
Maybe. Live long
Right.
enough. Or unlive.
Unlive, laugh, love.
You do
Unlive,
have
unlaugh.
you have a few millennia ahead of you to get where I am, but maybe you'll make it.
Right. Well, let's hope so. I can use it.
Maybe don't do anything so stupid again.
Right. Well, I feel like I am stupider, so I don't know.
Oh God.
It's more stupid, by the way.
There are ways to correct these things.
Right. What's his face? I think he took it from me. I don't remember.
What's his face? Oh, Pierce!
Oh, right. Yeah, him.
He stopped by earlier this evening.
Oh, good.
To declare himself, as you are doing before me now.
Good boy.
So,
Or something. I don't know.
good enough. He seemed eager to renounce his ways from the Etavanes. Eager to start a new beginning. I am in no position to deny a new Capriosus vampire a place in my city, so long as they behave themselves. Now that you are here and you are a Celeratus vampire, if I read your body language correctly,
I think so.
the jitters
What is
a
the
good tell.
difference?
A Capriosus kindred has improved faculties of the mind. The gifts of Nyx allows them to access brilliant magics beyond what a mortal would be able to. A Celeratus vampire, as our friend here, allows them to, well, move extremely quickly, superhumanly at times. Access reflexes beyond that of mortal means.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Secret.
that sounds about right.
Well, I bet they're not that good.
He could have definitely used the other kind, but we're here.
You don't get to pick, I am afraid.
I was just saying
It just-
he could
It's a
have
little rude, don't you think?
Is it completely
Yeah,
random?
100%.
It is. It is on Nyx to choose the path for you. I believe there is a way to influence it with powerful rituals, but you did not do that, so...
It was kind of a spur of the moment thing.
Can you describe the circumstance? And did any mortals perish because of it? Aside from
Got it,
you, of
said
course.
Seeker.
No, just me. All right. So I forced this vampire spawn to bite me, and that was it.
You forced...
Right.
And-
Well,
It was a whole thing.
Why did you do that?
right. Well, I thought he'd be a good ally in the moment.
I agree.
You
Why'd
thought
you
you
do that?
could control a vampire spawn once he has been fed?
Well, there was only one way to find out.
And you did. I hope the experiment has proven something to you.
Right? Well, it was far more valuable than I thought it would be.
It killed you. I
I'm
need.
fine with that.
You
Could he
should.
have been resurrected?
Via such. Well, he was.
In a live to live again, is what I mean.
It would require a means to restore the soul, as the last beat of the heart kills the soul. So, true resurrection or a wish would be enough to restore a dead to life when they are killed by a vampire. Such
knew it.
as the only way to bring a vampire back to mortality is true resurrection or wish.
I think
This
Claudia looks a little relieved that
Yeah,
she
Artie's looking
managed
at
to
Claudia.
save him.
Thumbs up, like we didn't fuck up.
She just has her head on her hand.
These are not the reactions I was expecting. I assume there is more going on here than I witnessed through Artie's fingertips.
Yeah, sometimes they're in my pockets, sorry about that.
What
Mhm.
were you expecting?
I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes.
Wash them sometimes.
Yes, it's very awkward.
Yeah.
You've seen all the times you didn't wash your hands after you used the bathroom.
Which is every time.
Every single time ever.
Seeker, what did you ask?
He asked him what was he expecting.
To be frank, I do not know. I don't know the imagined situation that resulted in you becoming a kindred.
When
Oh.
he died, I begged Pierce to return the favor.
I see. Okay, so your sire is Pierce Orion. Does that make sense? If you had not done so, it is likely Seeker would not be here.
Right? I'd be with that fucking bitch.
It is the sort of thing that happens immediately. Once your heart stops beating, the next beat must be of vampiric blood, or you are dead. Final. Which reminds me, are you familiar with the blush of life?
Nope.
Kind of.
I will explain. Your vampiric nature is dangerous, and it is feared by much of mortal kind. You must hide it as best you can at most times of the day, unless you are with comfortable company. You probably have felt such effects if you have stepped into sunlight or attempted to consume something that was not
Oh.
blood.
Right? Yeah, that fucking sucked both times.
I recommend you reduce your exposure to these things, or you shall find the consequences are truly awful. As you grow older, it becomes harder. Now that you are newly made, it is a simple thing. As you get on in your years, you will find it harder to resist the burn of the sun or the repulsion of the food of the living.
So I get stronger, but that shit gets worse.
Yes.
Ugh.
Give and take.
You have less mortal things to live for, it seems.
Right? Well, I'll give it all away to see that bitch burn, so it's fine.
You are.
That's certainly a perspective.
It is good to see you have focus, I suppose. There is more that you must know.
Oh.
You
Alright.
Take notes.
If you kill a mortal with your bite, if you drink the last beat of their heart, it is your responsibility to bring them back.
Right. Whatever told me that, and I can't do it to another kindred.
Ah, my sheriff has been diligent. Yes, you are not to diablerize. That is the worst crime. This is not the case if you subscribe to another method of thinking. There are two thoughts about this. The Venatori believe mortal kind should be subjugated, that kindred are the true alpha race, and that mortals are not more than cattle.
Oh, like Cauldron scoffs. She's like,
Yeah, so does Tess.
Yes, are clearly the best race.
Me and my followers, and here in the city of Malachor, subscribe instead to the Times philosophy. We believe we can work together with mortal kind. That secrecy is the best way for both of us to coexist, and that consent is vital for our survival. You will also find many people who are familiar with our kind in Malachor and the Times philosophy are willing to pledge themselves to your service. It becomes easier to find helpful mortals that are willing to become ghouls. A word I hate, but that is what they are called. To do so, to make a ghoul, you find a willing participant, you give them a little bit of your blood. They grow in power. They feel loyal to you until you betray them. If you betray them, they can be the most vengeful creatures on the planet, so I do not recommend you do so.
but is it an inevitable betrayal?
Are you required to betray them?
No.
Okay.
You can keep a ghoul as long as you like, and if you wish to part ways, you just do not give them any more of your blood. A dosage of your blood lasts approximately a month. If they regularly imbibe from you, they will experience strengths beyond anything they have seen before. Small improvements here and there until they are stronger, faster, and smarter than they used to be. It is up to
But
you.
only so long as they drink the blood.
Correct. In return, frequently partnerships include a kindred and a ghoul sharing blood with each other. The vampire drinking from the ghoul whenever necessary, and the ghoul enjoying the powers benefited to them by kindred. Vitae, as we call it.
Alright, that sounds like a partnership.
You are familiar with a ghoul, even if you may not realize. Kacha the Ironclad is Reverie's ghoul.
Mm.
Oh,
Wait, what?
right.
I think that we may have learned that, but I don't know that we understood it.
Well, this is Seeker's first time learning it, so.
I thought she wasn't kindred.
She
She's
is
not.
not. She is a
She's not.
ghoul.
Right, she's alright.
I'm sorry. I wasn't really paying attention until I heard her name.
That is clear. It is a good thing I am saying this for Sika's benefit and not for
yeah,
you.
no, that's why I checked out. I mean, we can have a conversation later. I can kind of catch up, get to know each other, you know.
Do you think I have any intention of repeating myself for you?
No. No, we can talk about new stuff.
Mhm.
I'm quite
All right.
interested.
Also, your blush of life will hide you from magics intended to detect undead and kindred. If you suddenly feel the need to blush, do so. If you fail, or if you choose not to, someone might realize you are a kindred and you do not want them to. There are fanatics in this world, as you are aware. Well
Right.
handled
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
plunge,
we-
by the way.
Right,
Was it?
thank you. You gave me this, and he'll pull out the tree thrower.
I did nothing of the sort.
Right, well, you don't have to take credit for it, but you did, so thank you.
He shrugs and dismisses it. So, you are declaring yourself a kindred here in Malachor. I must ask, do you intend to stay? Do you intend to travel? Or do you intend to find another way?
Right, well, I think I'll be traveling with these. And he looks to the group. Right, well, I was gonna say something stupid, but I guess my friends.
Is that stupid?
Yeah.
No,
That was the alternative to the.
right,
Uh-huh.
I was like,
He's
fuck.
gonna
So
call
I-
us like chuckle fucks or something.
right, something like that. But
Uh-huh.
I like friends better.
Thank you for your honesty. You are not remaining a permanent resident here in Malachor, so you do not need to subscribe your ways to that of the times. I would request you avoid attempting to subjugate or control any mortals if you don't mind, but I do not have any final say in the matter. I will say, if I find out you've killed a mortal and left the evidence out in the open, I will kill you. And if you diabolize a kindred, I and every kindred in my power will kill you.
right, well, I will not do that.
Inside check.
Yeah,
just
Kynan
curious.
is
I'm just
also...
curious.
Kynan is inside checking you. if you
Natural
need it.
20.
Well,
Aldrich doesn't believe you.
That's a 33.
Yeah, Chaz also just
33,
doesn't believe it.
22. What's going on, Seeker?
You can whisper it to me if you roll better.
well, I'm
than-
gonna private roll.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
What about me? Did my 22 do anything? You can text me.
He seems like he means it.
All right.
All right, Seeker.
All right,
Kynan
so-
holds out a hand to shake yours.
He reaches up and he shakes it. He's like, right, so since I'm not staying, do I get a goal still or no?
That is up to you. You have
That's
to.
a relationship you have to build.
You must find an individual who's willing to be loyal to you. I recommend consensus. That is our way, but if you must be
Right, well,
a
no,
terrible
I'll-
person,
I have
Ugh.
a sort of related question.
mm-hmm.
He was really close to killing Villain when he had to feed off of her. Is that always going to be the case?
No, if that was his first drink, it is on the verge of frenzy. You will see in that book, it will explain to you how, as times grow more desperate. But if you keep yourself fed, it will be simple. It is easy to resist. If you don't, the longer you go without drinking, the harder it will be to resist the beast.
Then
How many
can't
times a day?
one of us just help him?
Yeah, absolutely. If you wish to aid him, offer him a
Can
drink.
Can mortals become addicted?
To the there is no withdrawal. The effects of being a ghoul, I have heard they are profound and empowering, but there is no requirement. If you do not drink again from a kindred, it just goes away.
No, I mean to being bitten. Just generally.
Oh,
That's kind of a vice.
that
It's
kind of
personal
depends on
preference.
how you handle pleasure.
Oh no, Cunning's giving us the sex talk.
Can he feed on animals?
When two people truly
The bats and the bees.
The bats and the bees!
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, a kindred cannot sustain themselves on the blood of beasts. They can prolong the effects of their hunger, but if they only feed on beasts, they will eventually fall into
Eventually.
torpor.
I see.
Torpor is a state of horrible pain, and during which you will be unable to move, speak, anything, and will not go away until you have sipped on mortal blood again.
Is that what will happen if he goes down again? That's what happened to the one of the vampires that. we were
Mechanically, if he
Never
falls
really.
unconscious, it is torpor instead of
helping.
unconsciousness.
Oh man, bummer.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'll hurt. That sucks.
There is no death saving. Once you hit 0, Seeker, you fall into torpor, and you cannot get back up until someone gives you blood.
Oh, that's cool.
Not even with heals.
No.
He's undead.
Wow, that's
The
pretty
blood
cool.
is the
Healing
heals.
work on me?
Healing works on you until you reach 0.
Okay. Okay.
Seeker, if you're ever hungry, just let us know.
right?
Yeah, I can get drunk first.
Typically,
That's
One of
only
those
for
little,
special
like,
occasions.
those little tiny bottles you get at the liquor store.
typically, if you do not
Airplane
use
bottles.
if you do not use your gifts of Nyx frequently, if you use them on the occasion, you do not have any dire injuries, you might grow hungry again in a couple days. If you do use your
Right.
powers, if you use the blush frequently, or if you are harmed greatly, you will find yourself growing hungry faster, as all things require vitae, and we have a limited supply.
Right. And what about my sleeping habits? Do I need a coffin?
Ah, no, but some do enjoy a coffin because it is perfectly light-proof. I do not. I recommend when you do sleep, it be in an enclosure in case it becomes daytime. Your sleeping patterns will become regular. When you fall asleep at a typical time, your body will become accustomed to that. And you will find kindred physiology is all about extremes. If you regularly fall asleep at 8 o'clock the next day, you go to bed at 9, you will fall asleep at 8 o'clock, no matter where it is that you are.
Right.
That's really
That
inconvenient.
sounds awful.
It can be problematic. You can resist the urge using the blush, but it gets harder.
Oh.
Is there like a face mask thing we can get him so he can walk around during the day? Or
You can wear clothes that protect you from the suns. You can carry a parasol, so you do not seem the type.
That'd be great.
Well, definitely not.
Anything
When
that provides you shade will
I can
protect
make
you
you
from
something.
the sunlight.
When he bites people, will it decrease our vitality like it did with Velen? Or is that only the first time?
That is only the first time. Typically, if he sips just enough to sate the hunger, unless he is very hungry, you will be minor. Maybe occasionally a little dizzy, but nothing serious. Mechanically, like a hit die.
Sure.
But it doesn't reduce maximum, right?
It reduces your maximum by a hit die.
Oh,
Until you
okay, that's
sleep,
what you meant. Gotcha. Okay.
Future, I know what you should make him. I've linked it.
That's exactly
was
what I
thinking
thought.
I get you some plums.
Oh, never.
You could always move to Undertow. It is always night there. Many kindred choose to do so.
Or the Astral Sea.
I have never considered the Astral as a vacation spot.
A
But
nice
maybe.
place.
All right.
deal.
Well, I don't know where this will take me, but we'll see, I guess.
Read that book. It will explain anything I have not covered. Otherwise, I want to thank you all for your efforts with the plunge. Vith, before you go, I wish to speak with you about that. We had an agreement.
Yes.
You all would work with me to reacquire the Book of Nod, and you have. Maybe not as directly as you might have expected it to be. But I saw an opportunity, and so I took it. I hope there is no hard feelings.
It's fine.
I'm
Only on
alright. Like I
Killian-
said, I got
only on-
this.
Only on Killian's part, and he's dead now.
Well, the man had proven problematic. And did indeed require an example be made of him. I was not lying. You cannot,
Just kinda.
you cannot make a
Consent only
fool
goes
of...
so far.
Agreed. You cannot make a fool of one of my barons, and it not be a problem. So,
He did kind of keep us hostage, so fuck him.
We
So I
did.
got-
Well, we had discussed the possibility of working together following this task by arrangement, if you recall.
there was a discussion of Shadowstead.
Yes.
The seventh trellis.
The seventh trellis is what I was getting to. I have had some success in reaching out in conversation. Do any of you know where the Temple of Vale is here in Malachor?
Did
I
we
think-
stop in? I think we did when Rever was doing her rounds.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah. And also Tess ran around looking for all the temples.
There was a Temple of Masquerade. There was a Temple
Yeah, I don't thi-
of...
I don't think we found
of
Which one did Seeker go to?
Marcella. You went to the Temple of
was this the,
Marcella.
oh, wait, Marcella.
Okay.
Was this the one? Was this the one that's like in the catacombs or something?
No.
Okay.
I
Uh,
don't
I
think
think
we
our
know.
answer is then no.
I think it was
Yeah.
Masquerade was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it. We went to the temples of Nyx, Lilas, Croesus, and Marcellus.
right. In that case, this might be easier. Across the town, just south of the gates to Seven Hills, on the east side of the city, you will find a structure that is unassuming. Do any of you speak thieves' cant?
No.
Gideon does.
Well,
So now,
No.
I mean, I could
I
probably learn
could
it pretty
tomorrow.
quickly. Echo, can my glasses say I can read any language? with
Thieves' cant
that?
is not the same.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
No, that's understandable.
Kynan holds his hand out, and you see a minor illusion appear of a symbol that looks a bit like a hooded lantern. And he says, "You will find an unassuming building with this symbol hidden near the door. That is the Temple of Vale. They are likely disguised as maybe a cobbler or a bar, some sort of unassuming commercial building. Beneath that is the Temple of Vale. Regardless, you shall meet there and look for a Knight Corliss.
Knight.
I believe Knight is a title. I don't think that is his name.
What do we do when we see him?
I have... That might be unwise. I have described... Friends of mine are searching for some answers in regards to a contract. All you have to say is that Architari sends his regards.
That sounds ominous. I like it.
I did ensure that if there were any foul play, they would pay for it.
Thank you.
thank you.
He's a gentleman.
Oh, by
I
the
did
way,
try to keep my word. Yes, Artie?
I forgot. I made you something.
Oh, did you?
I'm gonna go in my bag. All right, so Pen actually reminded me of this. I don't remember what I made it, but I made him a torch. Like,
I
Do you-
told you what you made it.
it was a. I don't remember it being a frog. Why did I
It
make
was
a
like a
frog?
toad. And I just said,
Yeah, and it like hopped, I think.
Oh yeah. I made him
because
a
he kept
hoppable.
asking Achatari about rideable frog mounts.
I
That was
forgot
before
about
Barry.
all of that.
And he
I
made
made you.
a cigar lighter because he saw Achatari smoking.
Alright,
And it was
So
This
I
was like a month
personalized
ago.
it for you. It has your initials on the bottom. It's a lighter for your cigars or whatever else you want to light. And if you call it, it will hop to you and light your cigar. Here. I remember I rolled really
Oh.
well on it.
That is fascinating.
Yeah. So what are
He
buddies
looked-
for? You
you,
know?
He
you
looks
open its
at
mouth
it.
and it goes.
Oh. And Kynan reaches into his coat and he pulls out a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's try it.
he tries
I
it
hold it up.
immediately. How do I call it? Just here, froggy?
Nah, I just say light me up.
Lights
Light
me
me
up. And he holds the
And it-
cigar in his mouth.
Hops and midair, and then lands and lights a cigar.
Amazing.
Huh?
That is remarkable.
Yeah, the sensors I put in that shit, don't you worry, it's never gonna light your face on fire.
Sensor.
Pretty accurate. Yeah, it's just a little magical shit that I put so that it knows not to burn your face and where
Is
the
it?
cigar is.
Is there a spice I must refill it with?
Nah, I put a lot
No.
of my magic into it.
Not that kind of
Don't you
sensor.
worry.
It's very funny, Echo.
I
Uh,
don't even get
from-
that joke.
From the bottom of my very dead heart, I appreciate it.
Oh, for my living one, you're welcome.
We
Right.
really can reach two worlds.
Tells
I
me
have one
work.
more question for you.
Yes.
Do you have to blush to smoke that?
No.
Right, there's my new habit.
Right.
Thank you.
There are some
Smoking
things.
now.
There are some things that you do not have to blush. Coffee,
Mm,
clava,
it's a kind and loving universe.
cigars, cigarettes, mellow thistle.
Oh, nice.
If you happen to find any impact is potent on our kind, but be
Vampires
careful.
party.
Apparently.
What about like drugs, like hard drugs?
That's what
I-
impact
That's what
impact
impact is.
impact is
Yeah.
a
Oh, is that what
very
impact is?
it is a very potent stimulant.
Oh, okay, nice.
I don't
Also,
I don't typically partake, but I hear it is pleasant.
The
I didn't
shit.
even know what it was, so. Two
I
friends
will
are
not be
alike.
educating you. And he like pats you on the head.
Are we supposed to get gold? I don't remember. Did we agree on that? You know,
I feel
my
like
pocket's
maybe
feeling a little light.
the Baron said that he would reward us for
Oh.
getting the book back.
Oh yeah, he did. That's who it was. Sorry, Canon, Mr. Lord, sir.
If you'd like to, you can go speak with Mr. Noak. I'm sure he would be grateful to hear.
Maybe before we leave tomorrow.
Damn straight.
But the Shadowstead thing though.
When you are ready to depart Malachor, I will have a fill-in for reverie, and they told me they were eager to assist you with
Oh,
this.
thank goodness.
Nice.
Well, thank them really, and thank you.
Mhm.
Right, yeah, thank you.
I do my best to accommodate. You read that book.
All right, well,
Get homework.
right, I'll try, but there's not much.
I can read it to you. Don't worry.
No,
No,
you can't.
I'm afraid you
all right.
cannot.
You absolutely, Artie, you absolutely can't.
The whole point
Oh, one will
about
make me like mad or something.
the whole
Yes,
point
we-
of Killian was to read the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you not literate?
No, I can
No,
read
it
it.
will-
in
it
No,
will
he's,
hurt
kind
us.
of-
she's asking Seeker,
Seeker.
I think.
Oh, I don't think he likes to. And it
Well, it's
hurts
not
his
the
brain
same.
a little bit, you know.
Right, no, like I'll
gets a
read it.
headache.
It's all right.
Is literacy a concern?
Right, well, after I don't know after.
Wait,
Gears,
do you not
like, dug
do you not
around
know
up
how to
there.
read?
Why don't you open it and see if you can read something, Seeker?
Read something else. Something that's not.
I'll
protected
open the book and I'll
information.
start to read it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my
you can read
wanted
it.
poster.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
gonna take out
no,
my
right,
wanted
I got
poster.
Oh yeah.
So 6 is the intelligence where you can't read.
Okay.
So-
Right, yeah,
You're
I
at,
can
like, a
read
9.
it. It's just a
What are
little
you
bit
at?
slower.
Okay, good.
So,
He's
welcome to Undeath, Seeker. For the
Thank
rest of
you.
you, my city is happy to welcome you. Stay out of trouble.
One last thing.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
I'm certain.
Yeah, no. I gotta give you credit, you know? Most people who run a city and shit, they're assholes. And they're just not good people. I like you. You're a good person.
Do not make a mistake, Artie. I am
Oh,
an
I-
asshole when I need to be.
No, but it's reasonable. You know what I mean? Some people are just an asshole because they can be one. You're an asshole for a reason when you need to be. It's a big
Right.
difference.
Oh boy.
Thank you for your time, Lord Echatari.
I give him a big thumbs up and a smile.
Is there anything that we need to do about Krite now that he's dead?
That is Baron Noak's
Did-
problem and his contract.
Does the Baron suffer at all from
No.
not having him?
I do not believe so. That is sort of the problem that corrects itself when a man is killed by his own colleague over a fanatic decision.
Yeah.
I wonder how he was convinced.
How he was convinced.
Krite, to do this task.
He probably believed in it.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was the one with the magic.
He was. But even then, it would be a hard sell. You're trading your own life. And you have to know that a fanatic
he-
clutch of vampire hunters aren't going to want you to turn into a vampire, of course.
I suspect perhaps he was a Serenite and was not entirely sold on the afterlife promised him.
Hmm.
And yet he met it anyway.
I hope he suffers.
You are a very angry man.
That's why he's a vengeance paladin.
I'll keep
Right,
him in
well.
check. Don't worry.
You should be aware. With the effects of kindred, your emotions will become more extreme, and the hungrier you get, the stronger they will be. Be careful you do not let them control you. This means
I
that
only
your
have hatred towards. It's not important, but
this means that your happiness can be quite great, but so can your anger and your pain.
I'll do my best to watch it.
Consider this a warning from a fellow kindred who's let it get out of hand.
Thank you.
And with that, all of you look like you need to get some sleep.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Murdoch,
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
just
That would
covered
be
in
good.
blood and gore. I should probably get this cleaned.
The only one covered in blood and gore.
As we turn to leave, Seeker's gonna clap his hands and go, "All right, who wants to be my ghoul?"
You hear Achitar just,
Cricket.
I'm willing to offer blood, but I'm not sure about drinking yours just when you need it.
Let's talk about let's talk about this in the morning after we've all had some sleep.
as
a bad joke.
as you're departing, Lila Achatari
I
reappears
thought it was
next to
funny.
you, as she escorts you out. So,
I think we go back to the whiskey dip.
Absolutely.
is that the case?
immediately.
Okay. So then we go
Tess
back.
is already like has her hand around, has her arm around Velen's waist and is already like
Just
kind of
trying to
trying to
make sure she
shepherd them all that way. Yeah.
doesn't like wander off, pass out
Okay.
on the floor.
The Reverie Squad is not immediately waiting for you, because you were in there for a good while discussing all of this, and you make your way towards the whiskey dip. Let me make sure the music is actually playing. That's the wrong one. There we go. On your way to the whiskey dip, someone please roll me a d8.
Dips.
Kill us, man.
I was
Do it.
ready. Charge.
Oh,
Okay,
we're all dead.
nothing happens. The night life in Malachor is busy, and that being the case, you almost have your own privacy in the public. And you make your way to the tavern, comfortably, quietly, and as you do, the same dwarven bartender greets you with a wave, and drinks are offered. Is there anything you guys are doing? Like, is there anything you intend to do this night before
Yes.
taking a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Katja, he said he was gonna meet her.
If she comes, I'm gonna go up to the barkeep.
Oh, she's gonna come.
I'm gonna need.
Whoa.
What is
I'm
wrong
gonna
with you?
need the nicest room you have in this place for tonight.
He's gonna try to land that plane.
Ow.
All right, you want the suite, you can have it, but it's going to be
Ow.
20 gold a night.
No problem. Here you go. And let me get. What's a good whiskey you got?
Which one?
Good shit. The good shit. Not
Strong?
spice. Yeah.
He basically reaches under the counter, and he sets a tall bottle.
No. I want you to reach up. I want that top shelf shit.
No, you don't.
Why?
I'm a dwarf. The good stuff's down here.
I get it. That's actually
I
pretty
love
smart.
that.
That was great.
That's
Wish I could
great.
give you an inspiration.
That's real good.
You see, the label on the bottle says Halstead Golden. And it is crystal clear, but tinged bright like gold. It looks, based on how it moves in the bottle, it looks like fancy whiskey.
It looks
Nice.
It's
What-
more
what's
than
that?
it's more than
What's
the
that?
room.
Yeah. Okay. How much?
35 for the bottle.
No problem. Here you go. And I give a little extra tip for you. I give him 5
I thought
extra
you
gold.
fucking spent all your money.
Oh, I'm
Where-
almost dead broke now.
Wow, so you're really gambling on this evening going the way you want it to.
Yeah. Oh, you
Oof,
don't
I
know
can't
no better.
wait.
So I put 60 gold on the bar. 5's for you, big guy.
All right. You pay for the sweets and the finest bottle of whiskey in the house,
as that happens. What's the rest of the party doing?
Claudia is gonna go to bed immediately, and she asks Seeker if she'll share a room with him. She doesn't want
Right,
him
yep.
out of her sight.
Don't wait up for me, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Reverie though, so don't wait up.
Okay.
Cauldron?
Claudia goes to bed.
Velen is also gonna go to bed pretty early.
That's
She's-
fair.
Yeah, Tess will get a room for her and Velen, and also with like, a mid-range bottle of what would Tess drink? I think it actually is whiskey. Canonically, is what is usually her drink of choice. She's not gonna take the good stuff.
Okay. 10 gold for a fine bottle of whiskey that's not like
Cool.
break the bank.
Yep.
What's Cauldron doing?
Cauldron waits politely for a chance to like break into a conversation and ask somebody what's going on tomorrow or why they're going to meet the seventh Trellis. She's literally no idea who
Yeah,
any of
Tess,
these people are. But everybody walked off because she was politely waiting. She was trying to be, and so she's just like, all right. And so she just will pay for her own room and go meditate.
No, we didn't. I didn't walk off.
Yeah, Artie's
Seeker's
still
still down here. Me and
If she
Artie are
wants
still
to
here.
sit.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
We're, like, paying
Artie
for rent
will-
and shit, like.
We don't have to RP it, but Artie will give you like a full manic breakdown of everything that we've been doing for the past month and that we plan on doing.
Oh God. Okay.
God.
With an intelligence check required to understand what the fuck he's talking about.
as he's explaining this, you see Seeker like trying to reach for like a drink, but he just struggles because he can't, and he's just like
You
fighting
can.
himself.
It's just potentially very bad.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Aw,
Yeah,
he's
you
being a
don't.
good
You don't
boy.
want to like.
I mean, you all
Ruin
saw
your days
Reverie
with her.
vomit ash onto the side of the road.
Yeah.
Tess will
I don't
look
think
at
he was
you.
there.
I was not there for that.
Oh, I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't there for that.
He didn't get the
Tess-
ice cream.
That's right.
Tess will look at you. Call and say, "Let me get her to bed first, and then we'll talk."
I assume Artie is going. The Cauldron is just like, yes, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. Even if you're not paying attention.
We're good. You go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. As you're doing your own things, having the conversations that you're having, avoiding drinking, waiting for Kacha, etc., etc. It's maybe another half an hour before you see the Reverie Squad, Triumph, Reverie, and Kacha making their way into the bar. You see Reverie is there's a little bit of blood on her lapel and like down her shirt. It's clear that they probably got into some sort of tussle. They are kind of splitting up. You see Triumph is heading over to one of the tables. Reverie spots you, Seeker, and heads towards you. And Kacha sees you at the bar.
Oh, give him
Artie.
some guidance, Tess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got this.
Absolutely.
Just pat him on
100%.
the back.
Absolutely. 100%. Good luck, buddy. I got your back.
Yeah. Hopefully she got mine.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay. One moment, please. First, does anybody have a preference who goes first?
Nope.
Okay. Then Reverie will approach you, Seeker. What did you need?
all right. Well, this whole fucking Knicks thing. I got a book.
Mhm.
Oh, my head hurts.
You were given the Book of Nod. I suppose you are planning not to stay in the city.
All right. Well, no, I got these chuckle fucks to go with.
Mm-hmm. Should we get a
Right.
drink?
No.
Well, I'm going to. And she goes up to the counter and gets herself a very tall glass of red wine.
Right, but why though?
Why not?
It won't make you drunk, and you have to make it taste good.
Oh,
so what's
it'll-
the point?
If you drink enough, it will make you drunk. You just have to be
Oh.
careful.
Right. Okay, you got me, and I'll go get a drink.
I think she meant earlier when if you drink it out of a drunk person, it's just you don't have to con save that.
He go gets a big thing of whiskey, and he comes back and sits down.
Okay. Roll me a con save.
God damn it.
This is your life now, my guy.
Sure is 19.
You feel that rebellion build up in your chest, but you squash it down. And the whiskey tastes as good as it's ever tasted. You
Right?
feel
Does
the
that get
heat.
easier?
Oh, no. It
No,
doesn't.
it gets worse.
All right. All right. That's right. He did say that, didn't he?
There are no shortcuts, I'm afraid. I meant it when I said it's a curse. There are definitely benefits, but immortality has its price, and it's the small
Right.
things.
I traded one curse for another, I guess.
I suppose. I don't... You were cursed?
Lycanthropy. Yeah.
Oh. I would think this is a step up.
All right. It definitely is, but definitely some more negatives to this one.
I suppose all I've ever heard about lycanthropy is the negatives.
All right. Well, there is some bad shit, but
My
it's
father was
not
torn apart
constant
by
like this.
lycanthropes.
All right. Well, that's fucked.
She said that so casually.
Oh,
Rendered apart in the back of a carriage.
right. So I have to ask: was he kindred too, or?
No?
Oh,
He was just a businessman.
right, well, that's even more fucked then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how long have you been kindred then?
Oh. Actually, not very long. A year and a half?
Right, like a year and a half.
Frog face.
The lore.
Right. Well, fuck. Okay.
You see, you get
Promoted cleric.
you get you get used to things quickly. Especially if you have talents.
Right. I wanted to ask you about Nyx. Right.
Yes.
So I fight for her now.
You don't have to. Everyone
But
has their
I
own.
chose to.
Then, I think that answers your question, does it not?
Right. Well, but I guess mainly I want to know more about her without having to read this book.
I want to worship her and do her bidding, but I don't want to read her damn Bible. Like, that's too much.
Right. So like I'm gonna be honest. Pierce he took some of my knowledge away, and it's rough. All right. And the less reading I have to do, the better. Right.
Okay, so you're curious about Nyx. What do you know
Right.
about her?
Not a goddamn thing outside of what I've been told tonight, which is not much.
Well, she's the first kindred. It's said that all of our gifts come from her. She was oppressed when she was still immortal. Treated violently. No one knows how she became the first kindred. It's said that it happened overnight, and that it was a curse for her, but she treated it as a gift. And as such, she believes the best way to behave, well, you must exalt yourself before you can exalt others. You must protect yourself before you can protect others. What you do is everything. If you look after yourself, then you can then look after those you care about. Fight for those you wish to, or destroy the things you wish to destroy.
That makes sense.
She doesn't really care about law or code. What matters to her is that you follow what you believe in, and damn all who would fight against you.
Right. So if I broke your rules and you slayed me down, that wouldn't affect her opinion of me then.
Oh, no. If you are doing what you believed was the best for you, it wouldn't matter to her. I mean, I would rather not have to slay you. I think you're...
Right. No, I'd rather not be slain too. It's just more insight than not.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. Well, fuck.
I have a spare, and she, like, reaches down into her belt into a pouch. and then sets an amulet on the table. That's a holy symbol of Nyx. You can channel magic through that if you wish. As one of her paladins, I find it convenient to have a few on me.
Okay, he'll pick it up and he'll run it through his fingers and just hold it in his palm.
Make no mistake, though. I am the best one.
For now.
Mm-hmm. We both live forever.
Unless one of us does something stupid.
Mm-hmm. And which of us had our minds leached by a certain pierce?
Right, okay, I made a mistake. You ain't never made one in your life? Or
I've
what?
made plenty. However, I have the advantage of saying none of them made me stupider.
Right, being stupid is... I got my freedom, alright? And that's worth it.
And that is the sort of thing that Nyx would value. Was there... I think those are the broad strokes. Was there any other questions that were burning?
Nope, I think that's about it. If I want, I'll read this fucking book.
I'm sure you'll manage.
Right?
Can I have a sip of yours?
Right, sure. And he'll slide the whiskey over to her.
She bites his neck.
Yeah. As she sips the whiskey. Meanwhile, over at the bar.
Oh yeah,
Artie, what are you doing?
Yeah, let's see it.
You get
I'm just
cleaned
sitting
up.
there
Are you still
with
bloody?
my little bottles in my hand, just kicking my feet, waiting. And and when I see her coming, ha, come on over.
You see, she like smirks a little bit, and as she does approach, she just says, "All right, what's up, little guy?" And she sits down at the bar next to you.
So, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna come up with something clever to say and all this bullshit, but you don't want to hear that. Honestly,
I've probably heard it
I got
before.
the. Yeah, probably, and it probably wouldn't have been that good if I'm being real with you. It's not my style. But I got the most expensive bottle of whiskey, and I made you a gun, and I pull out the gun.
Wait a minute. You made me a gun.
Yeah, but hold up. It doesn't shoot bullets. It shoots whiskey. So, this is the game plan. If you're down, I got the most expensive suite, and we just go to fucking town on each other. Like, if I die, it happens. I don't care. No holds bar. Both of us shooting whiskey on each other. Just go to town.
As you're talking, I need you to roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, I got the guidance. Oh no. I'm gonna use an inspiration. I rolled
You
Okay.
have an inspiration. Everybody got an inspiration last session because we all voted for each other.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Come on,
Natural
baby.
20.
Come on, baby. Plus a D4.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
23.
Yes, boy.
23.
What do you say?
You got the most expensive room in the house, yeah?
Yep. Most expensive bottle, most expensive room, and just fuck me up. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna do the same.
You grab the bottle.
Yeah. Take the gun.
I throw her the gun.
She catches it and looks at it like, what does it look like?
Does it look like a squirt gun?
So no. So have
Pump
you ever
action?
kind of you ever seen like in Fallout the syringers?
Yes.
Just pretty much that.
I know exactly
like a pipe
what
gun
it is.
syringer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she looks at it. Huh.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how good your aim is. And she picks you
Oh
up
yeah.
and then begins to walk up the stairs.
On the way up, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability, Bold Strength on myself.
Good call.
Oh, shit.
It doubles my carry weight.
Do you think you could pick her up?
No.
She's,
Probably. I'll try.
What is your
what's
carry
your
weight?
doubled carry weight?
Oh, actually, I probably could.
You are
So-
small, so it is reduced.
Oh, I can yeah. It says 180, but obviously, if it's small, it's reduced in
Well,
half.
if your
So say
character sheet
90, and then
says,
my character sheet says 180 carrying.
then that's what it is.
Okay,
Because it
so
takes into
yeah,
your
it takes that
stature.
into account. So without enhancing ability, she's a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
it was close, but you couldn't have. But with enhanced ability, yeah, you can pick up Katja.
Cool. And I have a second spell slot.
Carry
if
her
it lasts more
across
than-
the threshold.
Yo, the picture of the gnome just can't.
I don't
It's
think I'm gonna carry her up the stairs. I'm gonna let her take that. This is for the performance.
He's like,
later
I
on.
just want to support her with my
This is for
hips
the
and not die.
Yeah.
good call.
And I have a second
It's the crushed
level spell
pelvises
slot,
from
so
Futurama. Death
about
by
to.
Snoo.
So
That's
Yeah,
that's
Death
new
by
soon.
Snoo.
I need to
Snoo.
explain that the honest approach and just proposing a night of fucking each other up it's exactly
That
what
was-
Katja would
That
want.
was the way.
Which
They
is
told
why
me to
you
do
had
it.
advantage on persuasion.
I'll take it.
I need you
You
to
did it,
roll.
Artie.
I need you to roll me 3 rolls.
Mm-hmm.
The first roll is a con save.
Give him bless.
No, I'm doing this on my own.
He's doing it
All right.
literally
13.
raw.
I'm getting fucked up.
You're
boy.
so that's a pretty
He's
good
so
con
worked.
save. You're hurting.
Yeah.
Um,
How many points of damage?
you get the feeling you're not going to take any damage. It's just you're bruised up. I will say that tomorrow you're vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Honestly,
Like a bruised banana.
Yeah.
honestly, I'll take a point of exhaustion. I'm being
That's
real,
so
because it's
fucking
probably going to come to
funny.
that.
We'll get there.
He wants
Okay.
a thematic point of
I need you to
exhaustion.
make an athletics check, which
Yep.
you have advantage on because you cast enhance ability.
You literally took a gas station like performance enhancer before you
Okay.
went downstairs.
10.
Boy.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. Hold on. This is for
Flash
the
of
performance,
genius?
right?
The last is performance. That was an until athletics.
Okay, I am going to
you're
flash.
out.
I can't flash a genius. That would do
You're
I have
out.
any more?
Wait.
No, I
You
have
know
2
what?
left.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna give you an inspiration. Go ahead and reroll that.
Yeah, thank you. 'Cause I have
Yeah,
one left.
you
but
deserve this. Artie deserves this.
I was really natural 20.
There it!
Thank you, Seeker. Thank you, Simic.
Yeah.
Okay, with a 21,
Fuck yeah, dude.
you
Can I flavor the inspiration as just you remember Seeker giving you a little bit of advice on how to handle a bigger woman?
yeah, we could take that. Like,
Sure.
Okay.
You don't
Incredible.
accidentally like kick yourself in the head in any
Gotta
situation.
lift with my
Incredible.
legs on my back. Got it.
Incredible.
Lastly, I
God.
need a
like
performance.
directly learned from his escapades and Endsmeet before we
Please,
left.
natural 20.
That's amazing.
Oh,
You're beaten and bruised, but it was the
Rock
best
her
night of her
world.
goddamn life.
the
Well-
best crit. No, probably not. No, I bet
Artie-
not Artie's
I
life.
will
Artie's
say-
life.
Size does not matter is the important part.
Size doesn't matter. You have managed to impress Katja.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Well, okay.
so worth it.
So
you
you
don't
managed,
have to go into crazy.
you
detail.
definitely have exhaustion the next day.
Oh yeah.
How
One
many
or two.
points?
Just
Yeah,
one. Just one.
Okay.
6, he dies.
He, he needs to
I
become a
signed up for
vampire
it.
right now. No,
That's what I snooze to.
no. You just take a point of exhaustion. You don't really sleep much at all. Not.
Yep.
You don't sleep much because Katja doesn't let you. She
Oh,
seems
cool with
pretty
that.
damn insatiable.
Mhm.
What is anybody else doing?
Fantastic.
You got her hooked.
So,
After his conversation with Reverie, he's just gonna go upstairs and lay down.
Okay. Claudia. Seeker comes back to the room. Smelling like whiskey.
Oh, okay, so things don't change.
Right, well, she convinced me to have a drink when we talk, so
Are you okay?
it's a lot, and it will take some getting used to, but yeah, I'll be all right. What about you? You're not beating yourself up still, are you?
Well, I've come to accept since that was the only option, like Lord Achatari said, I feel less guilty about making that choice for you. So I'm not upset about that as much anymore, but I've had better nights.
Right, well, if it makes you feel any better, you saved me from fucking heathen of a woman. I had to listen to her talk for like 10 seconds, and it was 10 seconds too long.
I don't regret saving you. I'm glad I did, and I'm glad you're still here with me. And I didn't want to lose anyone else, but I did still lose someone in that fight. Not in the same way as a friend, but I lost a chance
What do you mean?
when Simon got away.
Oh, listen. There's plenty of time for that. Don't
He
let
was
that
so
get to
close, though.
you. Right?
He'll be
I just.
prepared next time. It'll be harder.
Right, but you'll be stronger next time, too.
I just had one question I wanted to ask him, and I was going to get that question out of him whether I had to rip every single finger and toe and arm and leg off of him until I got it, and I just couldn't get my hands on him.
What question was that?
I wanted to ask him where he took me from, because then maybe I could find my parents again.
You know what you do with that? You hold
No,
on to it. You take the anger and the hate and the rage, and you squeeze it. You fuel yourself with it, and you push forward. You'll get there, and you'll do what you need to do, and you'll find what you need to find.
I know you're clearly experienced in anger and a need for vengeance. And I've always felt that towards Simon, and I still do, and I'm even madder still that he got away, but I'm also a little angry in a way I've never been before, and that's at someone I care about. And I don't know what to do with that.
Your
How do
best
you
bet,
handle that?
those you care about, you talk to. You voice your frustrations, and you work it out.
I don't know how to start that conversation.
Just tell them you got a problem and you want to talk about it, and that's it. That's how you start.
That's not something you hold on to and let it grow and grow and grow.
No, not your family, not your friends, not your loved ones. That just hurts them too.
Okay, I'll try. I'll do it tomorrow. Because I'm
I
really,
believe in you.
really upset about it.
You want me to be there when you do, or you got it?
You'll probably be there when I do.
Right. Well, you should get some rest then. Prepare for it.
Okay, I'll think about what I'm going to say and try to say it the best way I can.
Just talk from your heart, not your brain. Brain gets you in trouble. Trust me.
Thank you for your wise words, Seeker. I will follow them.
Right.
And just don't do anything that stupid again, please.
No promises, but I'll try.
Thanks.
You know what they say wisdom is, right?
No?
It's the offspring of time and pain.
So, like in her brain, she conjures up time, and Haldred appears. And then in pain, Saren?
Right? Don't think too hard on it.
Like you can see like the gears turning, and then it's like blank plus blank equals question mark.
No, You just pat your head. All right, just get some sleep.
Why would Cauldron and
No,
Saren?
no, just no. That's forget I said anything about it.
Wisdom?
Just get some sleep.
Okay.
Right.
Cauldron plus Saren equals Gideon?
Situationship? I
Yes?
don't know.
Okay.
Is there a chair in the room?
Yes.
Seeker sleeps in the chair.
Why?
All right.
Just sitting upright?
It's a very weird feeling, Seeker.
Okay.
As you go to sleep, you don't feel tired at all. As you sit down and you like try and relax and close your eyes and focus on rest, you don't feel tired. And then suddenly, you're the most tired you've ever been in your life. And your consciousness
Been there.
just slips away.
Oh shit! What time is it? What time does he fall?
Fuck, he don't know.
Oh no.
9 at night.
Oh
Right, well, this
boy.
fucking sucks.
He's a
Yeah.
grandpa.
Grandpa.
You decided you chose this. You chose
You
this.
Gideon will be like, all right, kids.
You and Gideon are gonna bond after over this.
Yep. Tess, is there anything you're doing tonight?
Tess would have gotten a room for both Cal and Call.
Cal and Call?
In addition to herself, and I will pay whatever the gold costs.
For a basic room, it's like 2 gold.
Yeah. Okay, great. In addition to herself and Velen.
Okay.
Let me get Velen upstairs and we can talk.
Already told me far too much. You go ahead.
Do you understand it all?
No, but that's not necessary.
Do you understand enough?
Yes.
If you want any clarification, we're technically here because of me chasing my father.
I can tell you feel responsible.
Yes. I often do.
I don't envy you that.
You seem responsible too. You do a lot out of duty, it seems.
Yeah. That's it. That's all her conversation.
As
That
you
was a lot.
As you're upstairs, you suddenly hear from the floorboards above,
Oh boy.
That's right. Get up there, you little goblin.
Oh my god.
I was gonna make a note that whole Claudia Seeker conversation, you hear fucking
He's
Artie
gonna
just yelling in the back.
Okay.
in distant.
She calls him Goblin, and then he speaks back to her in Goblin.
Yeah, yelling in Goblin.
Rhythmic headboard thumping.
God.
Tess is, doesn't smile. She hasn't smiled at all this whole time, but she is inwardly pleased that Artie
Already nailed it.
Artie gets what
Thank
he wants.
God.
He got us in there.
She's gonna go upstairs with Velen. How is Velen looking? Is she like on her feet basically?
She doesn't like her goal was to go to bed pretty much as soon as they got here, so
Yeah.
like she might stop to shove a food into her cheeks like some kind of chipmunk. But
you
just,
gain
like,
8
will
temporary
get-
hit points.
Yeah,
awesome.
Tess
On the
will
way
get
up
her-
the
Tess
stairs
will get
and
her
then just
food.
like face plant onto the bed, and like she's awake and conscious, but like she wants the day to be over and occasionally will like just throw a boot at the wall and then the other boot at the wall.
You feel completely ignored.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no. Tess, I mean, the Tess doesn't care about that. She is gonna like fuss and make sure she's tucked in, help all that stuff. Make sure that she has food. Make sure she's tucked in. If she wants to perform a medicine check on her. She knows she's
Okay.
fine, but she's
Go
gonna
ahead.
do it anyway because she's Tess. Oh fuck, that's a 2. 7. Tess is trying.
It's hard to perform a medicine check on a patient that is this ornery.
She seems
Yeah.
very anemic.
Yeah. Um,
Swearing, occasionally yelling about the need for earplugs.
Tess would think about Artie for a second and then shake her head. Um, but she'll say, "I can hold your ears shut."
Don't be ridiculous.
You make me ridiculous.
Well, all right. I don't really know what to
Was
say to
that
that.
flirting?
She puts her hands over Valen's ears.
No. What?
Be
Velen will
fast.
try to smother herself with her pillow and just burrow like a. You could sort of see the 15-year-old noble girl not wanting to get out of
Mhm.
bed from 10
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
And she's whiny and
Tess will make a little nest for her.
Okay.
She'll take literally all of the bedclothes. There's one sheet on her bed. At what point does she fall asleep?
I don't know. It depends on how fucking noisy it is.
So the sound. So okay, the
I mean,
sound
she's
isolation is
gonna
pretty
pass
good.
out. She is gonna
It's
pass out.
muffled.
She's gonna
Yeah,
sleep
it's muffled.
eventually.
They're down the hall.
Look, it's just annoying enough for comedy. I'm not going to take a point of exhaustion because Artie's getting laid. That's nonsense. So
Yeah.
she's pretty out of it. It's not going to take her that long to zonk out.
Okay. After it is clear that she is asleep, Tess is going to take out her bottle of whiskey and drink until she passes out.
Good turn.
All right, Cauldron. Is there anything you're doing, or are we moving on?
No, we could go.
Okay. The following morning, everybody but Artie gets a long rest.
Yay!
Artie, you can click long rest, but you are also exhausted. So
Okay. Yeah.
make sure you make a note of that.
You said some. Do I get? It was something about with the. I'm
You-
not
Hit
back
dice?
all the way up to
You
full.
get half.
It's
You get half of
half
what's
of it
missing
back,
back.
and then half of it back the next. Okay. Okay.
Seeker, you awaken at 5 in the morning.
Oh boy,
No.
that's jarring.
Yeah, you're just eyes open and you're awake.
Does Velen wake up before Tess? Since one of us
yeah,
was hitting the bottle and the other of us went to bed
100%.
early.
100%, absolutely.
So I mean, if you passed out with a bottle, I'm pretty sure she noticed that. You did.
Oh yeah, the Tess isn't. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, she smells. She definitely smells. She smells like Seeker. She smells like whiskey.
Yeah. Velen is gonna take the bottle and put it in her stuff. They're gonna have a conversation about this later.
God
Confiscated.
damn it. God
Yep.
damn it.
Yeah.
Fix your shit!
She doesn't. I mean, she's not. She doesn't when Tess wakes up, she doesn't say anything about the fact that she thinks that the bottle is gone. She just has squirreled the bottle away to brood over it for a later time when, I don't know, 10,000 things aren't already happening.
Sure.
Tess is hungover, so I don't think she notices.
Artie, when you awaken, well, firstly, the room smells of cigar smoke. Really strongly.
Is there whiskey
Yeah,
everywhere? You were
everywhere.
squirting
Yeah.
it, so
All
you're gonna
over
have
the
to
dang
pay for
place.
the repairs on this room. I hope you
Wow.
put your credit card down because they're
We're
gonna charge
fucking
you.
leaving town.
The other thing you see is Katja is in the room, naked, doing calisthenics.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, great sight.
Ah, fucking nice. He's just gonna sit up, butt naked, and just
Nice.
enjoy the view.
Boy,
Fucking head spinning, pain all over his body, just on cloud 9.
Good for him.
Katja will just say, "Good time for a first gnome."
Alright? Wouldn't expect anything different, huh?
Set the bar high.
It's the goblin in me, if I'm being honest.
I could tell.
So he'll just chill there as long as she's hanging out.
She's there for, about an hour, and then she gets dressed, and then she says, "I actually have to fucking work."
Ah, that sucks. I'll see you around.
Yeah, you will.
Incredible.
And he kind
Uh,
of tries to play it cool and just.
Fantastic.
She just says, "Stop it. It doesn't."
I know. I'm feeling fucking brand new today. You know.
The manic is cute.
Okay, that's real. It's really hurting me to hold that shit in.
I
you
know. I can tell.
Okay, cool. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna go eat some. I'm gonna go eat some steak for breakfast.
Those of you who are awake and out see Katja leave wearing the same clothes she was wearing yesterday.
Mhm.
She just kind of nods to all of you and then goes straight out the
We're all
door.
kind of wearing the same ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Vela's gonna basically just give her a whoop and a bardic inspiration on the way out the door.
Hell yeah.
When you do
Seeker's
that, she
gonna
just goes, "Damn right."
Seeker's gonna flag her down before she gets too far away from the
Yeah.
inn.
You've been
Right,
up for a while.
It fucking sucks. But anyway, where can I go to sell this and I'll like knock on his armor?
There's a brothel. Is that what you mean?
No, the chest piece, and he'll show the mithril
Oh,
chest piece he's wearing.
right.
Yeah, that's the greatest response ever.
Brothel, yeah. Seriously.
The Tong and Taps just down the street. It's the blacksmith.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then she, like, waits to see if that's all you had.
Yep. He'll stand there awkwardly for a moment before
Right.
going
And
back
she
in.
just walks out. Okay. Everyone, you awaken. If you decide to get breakfast, it is available to you.
I do.
Yep.
Type hits.
Yep.
Let's see.
Seeker does not eat.
Everybody who eats breakfast gets 10 temporary hit points.
You can have coffee.
He never drank coffee before. Why would he start now?
That's fair.
Okay, I
Stop.
don't actually. It looks like I was keeping track of my messed up hit points on D&D Beyond because I couldn't figure out how to do it on Foundry. So
I trust you to figure it out.
okay, good.
Artie will probably be the last one down, and you see him strut down, chest out,
Yeah.
shoulder, like arms swinging,
Audio
like a
gives you a very
fucking
polite
little
golf
limp.
a
clap.
WWE superstar making his entrance to the ring.
Oh,
Okay, just like yep.
Wait,
Little
did the
fucking
enhance
shoulder
ability
roll.
last as long, or is he
Oh,
like
no,
limping down the
he's
stairs?
he's holding it all in, the exhaustion. He
I got
just
it.
is on cloud nine regardless of the pain.
Yep, then some again, just like that.
Anybody with a decent insight check can tell, like, that he's hurting. But
Yeah.
But it's okay.
17.
No,
yeah,
oh,
he's
okay.
hurting.
Yes. Yeah, my passive
So
insight's
much pain.
19. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
roll.
So
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
pain.
I mean,
see the
you all
confidence on
ha-
his face and the
y-
pain in his eyes.
you have all seen how big and muscly Katja is.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah.
This is
It
a
is not
very
a
easy
surprise.
conclusion to draw.
It's not a surprise.
After going, Velida is basically just like eating all of the breakfasts, like trying to consume.
It is a
Every-
it's a huge, massive bowl of, like, a goulash of eggs and
Yes,
potatoes and
yum.
grilled vegetables. It's delicious and restores 10 temporary. So,
Yeah, she's just going to town on it.
Eat your spinach. It's good. It has iron in it.
I love spinach. I love iron. Wait,
the bartender sets a pitcher in the middle of your table. It is a iron pitcher, and it smells like it's full of clava. The bartender is like an elven woman who looks like she's probably worked here for centuries. Compliments of a friend of the city, I guess.
perfect.
What does
she-
that mean?
Thank you.
That's what she said to say. I don't fucking know. And the bartender goes back to the counter.
Who is she?
Thank you.
Am I
Does
missing
it smell
something?
normal?
Smells like
Smells
clava.
like
And it
clava.
smells like vanilla and hazelnut.
Oh yeah, Tess will take some of that shit.
Oh yeah,
Love it,
absolutely
delicious.
gonna go to town on that too.
I
Yeah.
should look up a seeker. You could for me have it.
All right, I think I'm gonna choose cigars.
Tess shrugs.
You don't You can have more than one vice.
Right, but I only want one because then it gets to be too much.
Yeah, I don't get
Corinne
it.
waits until she sees Velen and Tess drink
Oh,
the
yeah,
kava.
Just
Like
make sure it's
embarrassing,
not
and she's
poison.
like, all
She's
right.
like, oh, hi. Hi, Silky.
It is delicious, and it gives you a D8 to add to your initiative for the next hour.
Yes.
For an hour, let's get in a fight
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
need
yeah.
it, but it's awesome.
What
that
are
it's-
I
what
mean,
are we
how long
doing
do you think
today?
caffeine works? I mean, what do you want from me?
Fair.
We're going to collect our
That's right.
reward from Baron
Yes.
Helic.
Right, on
Good
the
job.
way, can we stop
then-
at...
The-
what was it called again, Echo?
The tingly wings.
The tong
Yes, you
and
can-
tap.
The
Tongue and
tingly
tap.
wings.
Right,
And then
can
I need
we...
to go. And then I need to go to this temple of
Jesus
yellow
Christ.
to do what I came for.
Veil.
Veil.
Yeah.
Right, Vale.
Sorry,
If
Tess
you-
would know. Tess would
Yeah,
know.
yellow.
Yeah.
That is
Sorry,
definitely a different
There's
flavor.
two V names and they're similar. Okay, give me a break.
It's okay. It just there's still a tiny part
The
of my brain that is
juxtaposition
that
is very
character
funny.
who was like, "Excuse me."
Names are similar, very different portfolios. So,
Okay, I guess armory first.
okay, you head to the tong and tap.
Seeker can put on some dex appropriate armor.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to sell this mithril plate.
Okay. As you try and sell the mithril plate, you show up. The armorer, you see that the tong and tap has several smiths that are working. And you can kind of tell that one side is weapons, one side is armor, and then one side is a farrier. You see there's like a stable right next to it. And basically like you show up and all three smiths look up and they go, "What? What?
Echo, real quick before we do this, can I clock the Baracadile so we don't like accidentally
Accidentally
eat
unleash
a bunch of
Baracadile.
shit that we can't afford?
Put them on a leash.
Yeah, you can keep track of the Baracadile, who's now in a place full of iron. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to. I'm gonna Seeker. You should keep your pet outside.
I'll just hold him and I'll put him in my hand.
I don't think they're gonna want to see that thing in there.
Oh, all right, okay.
I
well,
can hold him and stand outside if you want.
you don't mind?
He might bite me. It's fine.
No, here, and he'll pull out some handcuffs and give it to you. Right, you can just.
How much iron shit do you have on you?
Crowbar. I got.
Not
Are they
anymore.
iron? Are they,
Well, that-
are
he
they
ate that.
handcuffs? Are they
I have-
handcuffs iron?
Manacles
I
are
have-
iron, yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 hammers. I have manacles. I have a
Just have
steel
a
mirror.
bunch of fucking
You
scrap.
should
Yeah.
get him some food. Get him some food while you're in there, I guess.
I was going to see if I could buy just like a bunch of fucking scrap.
Sure, Tessel. I will roll animal handling
Ask
if you want.
Artie.
Tessel.
Artie has
Tessel,
a
feed him.
whole bag of holding of scratch.
Maybe, but Artie didn't want the Baracadile with him. Tess is worried about her shield.
I also told Artie he
Right.
couldn't milk the Baracadile, so he was mad at me.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Do
forgot
remember
about
that.
Right, so I'll go over to the armor stand.
All right, what you need? And it's like it's like a very burly human who's pretty short, but he's extremely wide. Like it's all muscle. And he just,
Right, you got a good stature right there.
I've been working on it since birth. What do you need?
All right, I'd like to sell this, and he'll take off his plate. Very
So it's like a
slowly, 'cause
whole
it takes
process.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking at each piece as you do, and as it is mithril, he's like touching each piece, tapping on it, and measuring its thickness and such. And he's like, "It's fitted for you, but that's no problem for sale." This looks like it's been through quite a few battles, but nothing punch it. How much you hoping to get?
Right, well, maybe a trade-in for something lighter weight. Maybe
Oh,
equal value.
Mithril.
Well, like something more for like the dexterous.
Are you sure? He's like looking at you. All right, something more of the medium, or you're going full light armor.
Oh, baby.
All right, whatever fits the dexterous the best, yeah.
Well, that depends. How
Very.
agile? Okay. The
Very.
armor looks very confused as you like. you still show as like very high strength.
Yep,
Dexterity
yep.
isn't something that you can immediately see, so he's like, all right, let me
just-
show you what I
just
got.
Do the splits.
A weird thing to do.
The middle of the arm race.
Well, I can value the mithril plate at about 2,500 gold.
Dang.
So you're
That's
hoping
half
for
a res
something.
for Claudia.
So you're hoping for something akin in price, focused on
Right.
around agility.
Right? It can be a little less, a little more, you know.
What sort of budget am I working with here?
I mean,
A little less or more than 2,500.
in total, 2,800.
He kind of scratches his chin and begins looking through his stuff. All right. Well, I have studded leather of the appropriate resistance. I happen to have some that's resistant to fire, some that's resistant to cold, and roll me a d10.
Ow!
Why did you scream?
The message popped up when I tried to click the dice boards.
And some that's
Sorry.
resistant to psychic.
Right? What? You got anything for radiant?
No. Good luck
Oh,
finding
right.
that.
Not in this town.
Doesn't hurt to fucking ask, though, right?
It would, I mean, aye, but no. That shit's rare, at best. The sort of thing has to be made from a soul of the dragon scales, and that's not exactly easy to come by.
Right, well, I didn't know how to make it, so fuck.
That's why you're
Is-
asking an armorer.
Yeah. Right, so you said, what? Cold, psychic, and what else?
Fire.
Fire.
Take the fire.
Yeah, fire's not bad. You're already cold resistant as a Goliath.
Right, I guess we'll do the fire then.
Alright, with this trade-in, I'll need another 200 gold.
Could I try to haggle, like persuasion, roll him down?
You can try. How?
Right,
What do you say?
Right.
Please.
No. Right. Well, you know, we got some work coming up for the city, and you know, maybe a little discount would be great.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion.
We're literally
Is
about
it
to get
good?
paid.
Fuck me. Nope.
I'm afraid you're already, I mean, I'm giving you full price for the mithril because I don't have to do any work for it. Just resize it
Right.
for the next customer. So I can't really give you a discount. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. No. That's. You got me.
Is 200
you
gold
gotta
too
do-
much? I can always, you know, I have other options that's cheaper.
Oh no. All right, and he'll pull out 200 gold and sit it on the table.
He does a quick measurement of you and then fetches some studded leather armor that you see. He lets out a lot of the buckles to make it close enough that the magic can resize it to you. And there you are. So
Alright.
so remove the mithril plate and add studded leather armor of resistance. Fire.
All right. Thank you.
The only light armored paladin ever.
Yeah. That's not true. Reverie's a paladin,
There's lots of
And-
dex
and
space.
she's speedy.
Yeah, Reverie
Tell-
is
Tell was
definitely a
a-
dex paladin.
Tell was a Dex Paladin too.
They're just
I
usually
was, just
strength.
I was just making a joke, you guys.
Well, it brought up memories. Apparently, Amaranth really likes light armored paladins. It's just very common here.
No, it just makes sense sometimes. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do here at the Smith?
I have 60 gold.
You want a dagger?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
Oh, right. Actually, one more thing.
Mm.
I need like a big ass bag of scrap or something.
Oh, there's lots of burnt iron in the back. Apprentices trying to learn how to forge, and they just kept fucking. Give me 5 silver, and the lot's yours.
Right, here you go. I'll toss him a gold.
Good on you. He gives you 5 silver back, and then he
No,
goes
no,
and.
keep.
This is a business.
Right, and this is a tip for your work.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Take the tip.
Wait, the guy that takes
So this
money,
was the guy at the Boku
23.
Cafe who refused.
who
your
would
tip.
not
Yeah.
let me tip him. Yeah.
All right, but I'll remember you. And he goes in the back. And he comes out with a huge, like, canvas bag that looks like it weighs a lot. And he just, and it all just like jingles as he sets it down on the anvil. There they are. About 50
All
pounds of just iron scrap. Can't do anything
Well,
with it.
that'll do. And I'll pick it up and sling it over his back.
Okay. You have 50 pounds of burnt iron.
Last a
Are
week.
you just gonna walk around with this at all times?
I ain't got nowhere else to put it, so yes.
Is he just gonna walk around with this at all times? Says the artificer
is.
with 1,000 million things.
His
Oh.
pockets are full of garbage. Actual scrap springs and broken sprockets.
Yep.
His pockets are also full of giant ferret.
It's true.
Yeah.
I come out of the shop. with this
Seeker,
thing
Seeker, you come back and the Baracadile is just like has like a little necklace of like flowers, a
Oh,
little crown, a little thing around his
need
body.
you to roll animal handling if you're doing that.
God, if I just bought all this
all
iron and
like-
he runs
And
away.
skitters away.
And no, he
It
wouldn't
wants
have
to be
run
pretty.
away. You'll see.
Here, can I have some of that? It looks like good iron.
It's not good iron.
I
It's
know.
burnt.
Okay.
I know.
18.
18.
Party's
You do
opinion on
not
good
have any
iron.
new bite marks.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, yeah. But there's little. They're all like rust-colored flowers that
Oh,
are just.
look
Like...
at He's so cute now. Pick him up and put him on his shoulder and hand him a piece of burnt iron.
Okay, roll me animal handling, Seeker.
Can he eat the studs? Oh, no, it's magic, so he can't eat the studs in the leather. That's good news.
He could try.
Try.
13.
13.
He's like constantly trying to chew on
He's
him.
a little suspicious, but as soon as he smells the iron, he just like turtle grabs it out of your hand. I need to describe. It looks like all of these burnt iron pieces look like billets that have just been ruined. So each one is like this long, and one side of it is just like cracked and spread apart and scorched a little bit.
Perfect.
And you have a bag full of them. You can imagine someone was really bad trying to forge.
Have you
Hell
have you
yeah, I
named
like
him? Have you named him yet?
I did. What did I name him?
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey. Yeah, that's right. It's probably in my notes. Yeah, Joffrey.
Yep, Joffrey is his name.
Does Tess ask that name?
Yeah.
Seeker, you hear in your mind, Joffrey.
Oh shit.
Right? What the fuck?
Seeker, you now can take the feat Amaranthine Bestial Bond.
Oh!
Oh my
It
god!
took him a day and a half.
It took longer than that.
Nah.
Oh!
Wait, do I not
But
have
it
that
is
with Barry?
Barry is he's like a mount.
Oh, it's a
He's a
contract.
mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a. This is all by the.
You just
the fucking
found
contract.
this.
Yeah, he found a Baracadile and then immediately tried to bond with it ever since he found it.
Yeah. I gave him a mace to eat.
What about Claudia and Bandit the raccoon?
You really
I think you mean-
failed. You really
tried
I
you
think
kept
mean-
trying,
I
but you
think
kept
you
rolling
mean-
so bad.
Girl, I think you mean Lilibel.
I mean,
you mean
Little
Baby
Bell,
Bell.
too,
Little
like,
Bell. Little Bell
Yeah.
has
Like, but
our
they are bonded.
actual our
They-
actual
they
pet.
are
Look,
bonded.
I have a total DC of animal handling that Seeker just met and you did not. So what do you want from me?
Get good, Pen.
Sorry.
Yeah, get good.
Find another
Maybe
animal and try again.
Maybe
Yo,
next time
this
time.
is
I have
cool.
a horse.
sign a contract.
Peanut butter.
He'll pat him on the head. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh! He did that out loud. He did the scream out loud. Oh!
What? What? God.
Right?
You see the Baracadile like slowly like licks one eye. Just
Right? This is Joffrey. He can understand me.
That's normal to me.
Ha!
Yeah, me too.
that's a weird thing to say.
Claudia has a horse. Artie has a giant ferret.
All right. Well,
It's
I'll
true.
try my
That
experiment
is
on my
normal.
fucking
That is
self
normal,
next
Tim.
time. It's all right, Joffrey. You're special.
So we're going to Vale next?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
let's
can
pick up
get-
money first?
We can get paid. We can get paid.
Okay.
Baron Nowak.
No.
No whack.
You can make your way over to basically the large boarding house that is Baron Noark's, well, base of operations. As you go in, you are greeted again, but a different concierge this time. They seem surprised to see you. This kind of small nobleman looks up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have an appointment for any of you. Who
Wild
are
Hearts.
you?"
We're working. Wild Hearts. We're working for him.
"The Wild Hearts," he did say. "Okay, one moment, I'll go fetch him." And he, like, gestures for you to wait here as the concierge nervously kind of backs away, and runs off down the hall. You see him, like, turn at the study that's just down the hall, several doors, and he leans in and quietly whispers, and then you see Baron Noark appear behind him. The Baron approaches with a small smile on his face. This is what he looks like. I've heard good things from Kainen about the efforts you went to remedy our little problem. Though I did also hear the contract holder was slain. What happened there,
Yep.
do you know?
No. We saw him alive once. And then no more. I was looking for him, and it didn't occur to me that they would have just killed him in cold blood.
That's a shame. Well, no matter. Who are you? And he looks at Cauldron.
I also was not here last time.
And you're...
These are body.
You suddenly feel a prying, Seeker. I need you to make a con save.
I'm Cauldron.
24.
The two of you were you part of the Wild Hearts? I don't remember either of you.
They're
Right,
bodyguards.
I was predisposed last time.
No.
Paul. That's rude.
What?
Thought you were our friend.
Is membership in your group necessary for friendship?
No, but
No,
I mean,
a
it would
perk.
make me it would make me happy.
It's
Got you there.
Then I am happy to accept. Yes, I am a member of this group.
Yeah.
All right.
Aw.
Then I suppose...
Insight check. How
Is
little
she
does
happy?
she mean it? How little does she mean it?
You
Or
wanna
how
know?
much?
You really want to know? You're gonna ruin.
Tess, natural 20. Tess isn't gonna tell anybody. She just
Your
wants to know.
hopes and dreams. Like, there's
It's not
literally no
Tess's.
way I can do any charisma check that would ever beat that. Physically impossible. She meant it. Like, she's not over the moon, but she's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, sure, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Okay.
You will
Okay, yeah.
shortly after hear in her ear, I cast message. We can get matching tattoos and shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my god.
I like tattoos.
Nice.
Then I'm happy to offer you part of the contract as well. This is a token of my appreciation, both for helping my reputation and also retrieving a valuable artifact. And he gives each of you a small pouch, within which each of you will find 70 platinum.
That's 700 gold. Thank fuck.
We should have came here before I
Loaded.
bought armor. God damn.
That's what I was gonna say.
You
We're
got
about to
the
get paid,
chance.
my guy.
You still
Your
bought
bonus.
it.
Yeah.
Should have came here when Claudia died.
What's
No, you
the
died until it was
Didn't-
too late.
Yeah, we did need to do this stuff first.
Like, what would that fucking... He'd be like, that's a shame.
what would that have done? Yeah. Tess, what's the debt for what's the fund?
It's like 3,000
Sal?
something.
It's
for-
3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
She added a couple to it.
Tess silently hands you 400 of her, or whatever, 40 of her
40
platinum.
platinum.
You don't. That's yours. You don't have to give me this.
I don't
Well,
want-
we're
I don't want-
definitely gonna pay you some money. Maybe right now, because your brother's not here. But we're definitely jumping in. This is all of us.
I don't want you. I don't want you under his thumb.
Oh, please.
For
he couldn't
any
put me under his
for
thumb.
any
It's
reason.
fine.
While I appreciate that you're all handling some little socioeconomic situations upon your group, can you please do that?
Yeah. Sorry
Elsewhere.
about that.
No worries. I am
A little awkward.
a little busy. And thank you all
Okay,
again.
bye.
Is he busy?
Can I see if this guy's a vampire?
What guy?
Yeah.
Sure.
This guy?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
pry on him.
He's a fucking yes. Of course, he's a vampire.
He's
You
a
can roll an
vampire.
insight check, or you can use some sort
Use
of
your
magic that
eyes.
lets you do it.
I don't have
Or just-
magics.
or
You're
just
not a
look
you
at
don't
them.
have detect like a paladin. You can't paladin it.
Oh, I am a paladin.
Yeah.
Huh? Divine sense.
That's how you
Okay.
expose that one in the bar.
Yeah, we're gonna divine sense it up. You're right. Let's do that.
I want to know if he's actually busy. I don't believe him.
He is actually busy.
He's got a
Okay.
Long Island iced tea in one
He's
hand.
telling the truth about that. You divine sense him. You detect no sign of undead about him.
I just want him to know that I'm looking.
He looks unperturbed.
He's a baron. It's like, oh
And-
no, you found out my secret.
It's principle. I had to roll, so did he. Okay.
I wish you all the best.
Okay, bye. And
And
I
he-
leave.
Have a good one.
He turns
Okay.
and goes back toward his study.
Fail.
As we get outside, I'm gonna say, see, now that's a guy that lets fucking power go to his head, not like kind of jerk
What?
off.
Be careful where you say that, like maybe in front of his door.
Ah,
But do you forget what you were saying on the way to the fucking city?
What are
Whatever
you
you say.
talking
Oh.
about? He's
All right.
perfectly nice.
Nah, I don't really like him.
It was
And
nice.
he has a really nice dog.
He just gave you
I
something.
like
to
his
go- Let's
dog.
just go before things go wrong.
Okay.
I can hear Sal laughing
Yeah, I
from
can
the
hear
other
Sal.
room.
Okay, so you guys head in the direction that you were informed where you would
Vale.
find the Temple of Vale. As you head there, I need an investigation check for anybody looking for that symbol.
I mean, I'll
Oh
try,
my
but
God.
it's
Not
not
me.
good.
I now have a -1.
I rolled really well.
I rolled
I
a
wish I could have got
34.
that natural 20. Yeah, thank
You
you.
just gotta make me look bad, Artie.
No.
Artie,
I
you
rolled
spot
good
it.
for Claudia.
His
Doing my
shine does
job.
not dull
Claudia, you
yours.
spot it.
You're right. Oh, I did it.
You both see it basically at the same time. The DC was 18. So anything above that, you still see it. Like
Hooray.
You don't see it any better.
You
no.
see it more. It's more
I see
vibrant.
it. It's, yep.
You can
Cal
hear
is
the
with us.
colors.
Oh, I'm glad
Seeker,
tried
you
to
forget
roll.
what you're looking for.
I'm too busy focused on Joffrey.
He has early onset dementia because of vampirism.
You forget what you're looking for.
I'm looking. Oh, right, Joffrey.
You walk into the room. Oh, fuck, what did I come in here for?
Yes,
Be real.
it's there.
Thanks.
Cal next to you speaks up and he says, "Now or never. What are we gonna say?"
I mean, what were you gonna say before you came here with all of us and we caused you so much trouble?
Hey, you have a contract to take out followers of the Glitterlock, and I need you to not do that. So I've got this
That-
ball.
That
my
seems
ball.
about right.
Yeah, it's good to be direct.
Perhaps seems about right. I think
Cauldron says.
I learned last
I mean,
night that
I think-
honesty is the best policy, and it gets you far.
it's useful. I think it's especially useful that we know that Ashtar is on our side in this matter. I think it would have been more difficult had we not provided that job for him.
I'm gonna cast
Because
Name
enhanceability
drop.
on Cal while we're standing out here.
Do what?
I'm gonna cast enhanceability on Cal, Eagle Splendor.
What does that do?
Persuasion.
He turns into a bird, just and flies away.
That would be really funny. No, it's just it's advantage on charisma for an hour.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna pat him on his thigh and go, "Just be yourself, Cal."
All right, that's the highest you could reach. That was a little weird.
I'll be there with you, of course.
Of
Of
course.
course.
So we could get him on the shoulder.
I was
I
we
like
weren't
that
gonna
better.
abandon him. It would be really awkward if I did that in front of people.
I agree.
No, it's fair. The building's right here. I appreciate it, all of you. He reaches
Yeah.
into his bag to make sure he still has the Phantom Q, and then
Oh my god.
all right, there goes nothing. You all proceed into the building.
Yep.
It looks like it's like a tailor. There's like a desk immediately to your right with some chairs in front of it. There's a concierge at that desk who looks up. You see he looks pretty well dressed, very well manicured, maintained. He has blonde hair. He's surprised as you all enter, and he just glances up and he says, "Welcome. What all can we do for you here?" And you see the other side of the room is just full of like bolts of linen and silk. This seems like a pretty high-end tailor. You don't see any clothes that are like pre-made, but you see like examples of things they do make on the wall. And Cal says, well, we're here to meet someone."
I'm gonna step in close. Night, Corliss.
The concierge raises an eyebrow. I'm sorry?
Lord Ashatari sends his Night, Corliss.
When you say Lord Ashatari sends his regards, the demeanor of the man changes. He kind of looks down at his desk, closes a book, and stands up. As he does, this is what he looks like.
It looks like a Ponce.
I tried to describe that. I guess I didn't do that very well. Right. Ashatari said you had something to talk about a contract.
Yeah.
You notice his voice and accent completely change.
Ooh. I love a man who lies.
Cal,
Stop it.
like, nods. Hey, I understand that your business has a contract out against followers of the Gledelark. And I'd like that to not be the case anymore. So I was hoping there might be a conversation we could have about maybe, you know, paying it off or paying money for it to not happen. And this individual, Knight Corliss, looks between the two of you. Conversations can always be had. Why should I humor such a thought, though? We have paying customers and a reputation to uphold. Well, you see, I have this very fine artifact that's worth quite a bit of gold, and I thought maybe it might be the sort of artifact that you all might like to have. It might be beyond such small things as sum of money. We do have a reputation to uphold. I need to understand where it is that you're coming from. Why should this be my problem?
It's my problem.
I accept that, but why should it be
My
mine?
my father was one that you killed in that contract. I would prefer if no one else gets hurt, especially those that are close to me. And I make I kind of like lean forward so the symbol of Jamino is clear.
Ah. That does allow some context. You see, my hands feel a little tied. I'm not saying a conversation can't be had. I'd like you to roll me a persuasion check.
Me?
Is
Yep.
Cal helping?
Yeah, you have advantage.
No, you okay? Yes, I was like, I've started doing that. I'm like, oh
Not
god,
call,
wait,
Not
don't.
call.
Yeah,
Cal.
Cal Crook is helping you.
very smart with his eagle enhancement.
Okay, for some reason, click thing isn't go through. Where we go?
And as you're talking, Cal does produce the Phantom Q.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20. Okay, I'm gonna inspire that.
Okay.
I only have +4.
That's not bad.
16.
16. The
I'm gonna
issue.
flash a genius this. And what the fuck do I say? I gotta
Go
say something,
21.
right? Yeah, 21.
You should
You
just listen to her.
all we're asking for is the conversation.
So 21.
Oh, I'm gonna use my uncommon glamour wave to add a d4.
Okay.
Stacks on stacks.
What does that
Listen.
look like?
Shows a bit of cleavage.
No,
Titties.
no,
That's the wrong. I think that's the wrong route. Then.
it
Look it up.
sparkles. It sparkles in the kind of Jamina, like her armor, her studded leather, kind of like the eyes of Jamina kind of appear on her armor.
Okay. Do you understand the full terms of the contract? Are you aware of it?
No.
Part of the contract was each member of the Gledalac was to be slain and their soul captured within a soulstone. That soulstone, or rather those soulstones, were provided by the client. 2 of them have already been used.
Only 2. How many are there?
8.
1 for each.
Yes. So, the issue comes with an incomplete contract. We would have to return those soulstones. Now, we're not opposed to doing that, but it does look bad for our reputation. If there was a way that those soulstones could go back to the client, without that word being spread, or without that client spreading word about it, these are things that we can talk about.
I suppose there's no way you'll tell me the client.
That depends.
On?
As I've
For
said,
example, if soul stones were to be discreetly returned to the client by someone with no connection to the Seventh Trellis, or to Lord
Kill
Ashitari,
them.
or to...
killing the client is always an option, but not one to us. It is against our reputation to slay our customers.
Well, that's why we would do it.
I cannot comment on that.
I mean, if they're the ones who set out the contract to begin with, they wanted to do this terrible thing in the first place.
I'm not opposed in theory, but someone who has 8 soul stones to throw around is not going to be an easy target for us.
They are not, no. I don't think it's as simple as we can just go and try to slay them.
I can say it is an individual. It is not a business. It is not a company, and it is not a faction. The client was
Not a
one
government.
person.
That's good.
Are they hellish?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Are they demons? If they have soul stones?
We do not typically perform business with fiends. It is generally a prerequisite that those who take our services be alive and stay alive. And of this plane.
Anyone can use a soul stone if they are so inclined.
Do you know what a soulstone is? It is a magically imbued stone that all it does is if a person perishes within a certain distance of that soulstone, the soul goes into that stone instead of off to their afterlife as intended. It is a storing device. Simple magic, but expensive. They are considered
And the
hazardous to carry, for if you have an accident, you get stuck in your own soulstone.
But also useful if you're potentially going into a situation where your soul might otherwise be endangered.
Correct. They were used as an
Or
insurance
easy.
policy during the recent conflict between Terracona and Trident. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Well, I suppose some people do their jobs well.
They were a bit in the back of Beyond.
How about this? Before we move
Doesn't co-
forward, Take a
Tridonian
look
and
at our-
Terraconan politics just don't come up that often at Endsmeet.
That's fair.
take a look at the orb. Tell me what you think of it.
The orb?
Yeah,
Whatever
cows.
this thing is. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Q.
sorry. I thought you were pulling the
Q.
Anthlar out of your fucking pack.
Oh no, 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 no.
Wrong
Right
orb.
after Rishad is like, keep that.
Knight
What if
Corliss.
I give you this?
Yeah, Knight Corliss takes the sphere from Cal, and as he inspects it, it does not take a genius to recognize that he's casting Identify using a spell slot.
Fuck, I wanted to give all those things to fucking Velen to identify. Okay, I'll remember next.
As he inspects the sphere, it is certainly
Top-notch
worth
shit.
in monetary value more than the contract.
That was the hope. But
The-
I understand that your reputation is priceless.
The best I can do is give you a time frame. I can put a hold on the contract for our agents until the client is no longer a concern. But you would have a limited amount of time to do this in.
What kind of time frame?
3 months. You would have to find the
give us-
client, identify them, and slay them, or persuade them.
Can you give us a sense of where the client is, at least?
Eastern Aurelia.
It's a big place, I've been told.
I imagine likely Deva Major or Silatok, one of the major cities. If not, you'd have to investigate.
It certainly
3
makes
months
sense.
before the 3 months before the contract goes back into effect.
Correct. I will say, if you manage to slay the client after the contract has gone back into effect, I will still hold my word and end the contract, but I cannot promise no other individuals would have been slain.
Will be harmed. Sure. Do you have any idea what they're trying to do?
That's not... We don't ask those
It
questions.
is one of the features of these kinds of arrangements that one does not ask that sort of question.
You are
One
giving
client?
me an object worth a fortune, and so I'm giving you the information I can afford to give you. But there are
Give us his
questions I
name.
did not ask.
Of course.
I cannot
I'm
give you
sorry.
the client's actual name.
Gotta give us something to go off of.
Can you give us a description?
He reaches down, and he pulls a small slate out of his coat, and he begins to look at it. And you can see on his face, like, colors are being reflected off of the slate, but none of you can see anything appearing on the slate. I need someone to roll me a persuasion check,
Oh,
because all of you are kind of joining in on this.
I wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, let the
please.
bard do it.
Well, I said I wanted to. It's not a great roll.
17.
wanna-
Okay.
Flash of
I'm-
genius. I'm gonna say
I was gonna
It's
say I
a-
was gonna use my inspiration on that.
flash of genius. Look, it's a win-win for you. Either way, you make out like a bandit.
Okay.
Or-
So
Which one?
23.
17 plus 5?
23, yeah.
That'd be
22.
22.
22.
Oh,
Sorry.
I just don't
With a
know.
22,
I believe 10.
Knight
Never do
Corliss
that.
says, we do have a call-out name that he uses in Thieves' Cant. It vaguely means Archon.
All right, that is something to work with.
Can you tell us if he had any religious symbols on him?
No, I've never seen the client. That's not how this works.
Makes sense.
So
I
there-
also will
it
warn
was
you.
just a message, an emissary.
A blind drop.
Blind drop. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm desperate, that's all.
Typically, the means by which someone hires us is not through direct means. They find a vassal, often within Temple of Vale. That vassal communes with us about what needs to be done and the cost. Sometimes, conversations are had with actual knights of the Seventh Trellis,
but it's rare. Typically, communion either with vassals or with Vale herself are how we get our tasks.
Let me ask you something. What if we just hired you to kill him for the soul?
No,
That would
it
be a
would- it
conflict
wouldn't-
of interest.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Okay,
wouldn't
okay,
work.
yeah. I thought there was like a loophole here. But
If he is no longer a client of ours, that is no longer a problem. If
gotcha.
you
I see how it
do,
works.
if you do have in mind to hire assassins to slay him, we do have competitors.
Well,
Don't
No.
forget our timeline.
I wouldn't want to
No.
insult you by seeking less than the best.
They have cheaper assassins at Target.
I will say, if any word of this is heard by a vassal, knight, or squire, I will know it was you,
Of course.
and we have a reputation to protect.
I realize we don't look that discreet, but don't worry.
So is this your plan?
Yes.
We appreciate the whole.
Talk, kill.
As you search for this client, you have 3 months until the contract comes back into effect. It might be a little shorter if the client becomes suspicious. I need a name of one of you to reach out to if this happens.
Like a real name or a code name?
I don't care.
That he can cast sending.
It just needs to address you.
My name is Tess.
Tess, that is good enough. I've seen your face.
Well, you've seen this one.
He
Probably
shrugs.
shouldn't say it like that.
It is good enough for the magic.
I know.
I will put this contract on hold. And he puts the sphere away.
Thank you for your courtesy. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
I'd hope not. And he goes back behind the desk and sits down. Now then, if there's not anything else you might require from here at the tailor's, by all means, I'll see you all next time you stop by.
Thank you.
Right? Actually, there is something I could use.
Oh, aye. What can it be?
Shit.
Like,
Pants.
Pants.
not pants. Like something to cover my skin. I'm trying to be, like, hidden.
Pants
We
will
work with the
cover your
finest
skin.
rider silk you can find, so what is it you require?
Right.
And this town, don't worry, we've heard it all.
Right, I'm not surprised. Just something to hide, like, dealer's choice, but just to cover all my skin.
He has a skin condition.
I'm sure he does. Right. Does this go under armor or over?
Under Armour.
I guess
Under
under
Armour
is fine.
trademark.
All right. Stand up here and I'll take your measurements. And
Okay,
you
yep.
get measured up and...
Here's getting all new drip.
Yeah. A suit of fine undergarments that cover basically all the way up to the heel of your palm and up to your neck, basically.
Get some gloves.
That's going to cost you, like, depending on how fancy you want it to be. If you get it out of, like, dried or silk, it'll be like 20 gold. If you get it out of something like linen, it'll be less comfortable, but it'll be cheap.
We'll just do dried or soak. Fancy
Okay.
and comfy.
Yeah, 20 gold.
Fucking fancy boy.
Easy money.
You walk out an
I mean,
hour
go.
later with like a finely made, almost like mesh. It's like long johns, basically.
Hell yeah.
There's something really unsettling about that.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it feels nice.
No, I'm not talking. Never mind. That's fine.
And as you do that and have an idea,
Ugh.
that is where we're going to call it for tonight's session.
I have a theory. I have a theory of what's happening.
It could be bunnies.
I thought you said you have Siri. I was like, what?
No, I have a
What's your
theory.
theory? I
Okay.
gotta
The game
know.
theory.
I think that somebody is trying to reverse the Sisto Intellecto and needs or break the thing altogether.
The
And they need
Systematelecto?
They're the
The-
two groups.
for the two groups of the Gladolac, there's one
Oh.
where the four gods can see into people's thoughts, and there's one that the inner four can't. And
Because
so
four
I
of them are
think that
trusted with the thoughts of
yeah, right. I
mortals,
think
and the
I
other
think
four
the Delecto are the Sanitas, Valky, Nox, and
Okay.
the Fiddler are trying to like break out so they can do that and like reverse the polarity.
There was a whole thing. No, I'm sorry. My brain is
It's okay.
crashing hard.
As
I'm
we
sure
have
we can talk in
arrived.
character about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is some lore shit that I've been like, this Tez's arc. I'm chomping it, trying to figure it out.
As we arrived at the end of the session, before anything else, we're going to go ahead and get a player's vote for inspiration. We're going to start at the top. Dooch.
Oh shit!
Gotta
I
change
was
your name if you don't want to go first.
No. You'll never get this.
Just
You'll never
Scooch.
get this.
Just put an
give me
X
two
in front of your
seconds.
name.
Gooch.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna give it to Penn because yeah, just because the concern for Seeker, the conversation you had with him in the room, I thought is very endearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was the first thing that came to mind when I saw it.
Hellfrog.
I was also gonna give it to Penn, so I'm gonna do it anyway. You won't scare me. Kind of for the same reason. Like I really liked her speech about being so mad at somebody that she really cares about. I was like, wait, what's going on? Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah,
I'm
Find
curious.
out.
Totally Tess. It's absolutely Tess.
Yeah.
Why would she be mad at Tez?
Because
So-
Tess destroyed Till. That's obviously Tess.
So yeah, I thought it was really good, and I really liked before that. Sorry to go on. How she kept
No,
it
go on.
together when everybody got back to town and was like, okay, we need to go have Seeker's debutante coming out, and then we have to go sleep. Like she
Boy, I
kind
hate
of.
that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But you loved it, princess. And so
Oh,
I liked it. It was very
Compartmentalizing.
she was being very party dad in that moment.
Come on, guys, we got shit to do. Fuck me, we got shit to do.
I'll cry later.
Pen.
Hmm
I'll cry later. Oh shit. I'm gonna give it to Artie for his vigorous fornication.
It was really good too.
He landed it, and he was so suave doing it.
So this was one of those situations where what you said mattered more than what you did.
Yeah.
And
What you rolled.
you really
Nailed it.
you said what Katja needed to hear for that to happen. So
No
well
strings
done.
attached. Fuck
That was Tessa's advice, honestly, and Velen.
And Valens, yeah.
Just be
We literally
yourself.
told him that.
Okay.
Be
Bruce
direct. Be
Bruce.
yourself.
M.
Already for it's best to be direct. That's a lesson I learned last night.
Sal.
There's a lot of funny shit tonight, but the first thing that made me laugh out loud was when Cauldron told Seeker that he wasn't ready to be a dad.
And,
Vampires.
oh, I forgot about
Vampires.
that. That was so good.
Yeah,
So
that's
I,
really
that's
good.
my vo- so I was like, that's what my player vote is going to be. And there were a lot of other fun things tonight, but I'm going to stick with my first instinct.
All right. Simic.
I gotta give it to Sal for the reaction of licking her hand.
Yeah.
Ew.
It was
Okay.
very
the wisdom-
sibling-esque.
It
The
was.
wisdom saving throw. The wisdom
Uh,
saving throw. By the way, Seeker was Tess was gonna punch you.
She didn't say you could.
Yeah, Tess is real protective. She was in big protective mode.
She's certainly gone like full on mother hen with Velen right now, and Velen's like, okay.
I don't know if mother is the right.
I said mother hen. I mean, she's definitely. There's going to be a conversation. It's just not happening. Well.
Oh
Velen
yeah,
is
they're
in this
definitely
state.
like not addressing the massive elephant in the room.
Okay,
And
so
I'm gonna love it.
Claudia and Artie, you both
so messy.
have 2
Clardy.
votes. So
Hey,
Claudia and
Clardy.
Artie, you both get a point of
Hey,
inspiration.
Clardy. Hooray!
That was a
Two, that's the
lot.
most I've ever had at
There
once.
was a lot of talk in that session.
Oh
There
yeah.
was.
There was a lot of things handled. There was a lot of rules laid down. Seeker, don't eat people. I hope you
Seekers
guys.
for sure gonna like
100%.
Diablerize somebody.
100%.
There's no doubt in my mind.
For sure.
I
This
may
is
or
how
may
he
not
loses.
end up eating another vampire at some point. We'll
This
see.
is how he
fucking
loses
knew
his
it.
next. This is how he loses his next character.
Echo
This-
and I had a conversation weeks ago where I was like, he doesn't know about Diablerization, and Echo was like, no, but he's gonna, because Atchatari's gonna tell him, and I said he's 100% gonna do it as soon as he knows it's possible.
No, not true. Not true.
I don't know when,
Not
but
as
he's gonna
soon.
do it. Yeah.
So 2 weeks from now, on Wednesday the 8th,
Oh, are
and-
we on vacation?
Ped and Echo and I are all not here.
Alas.
No.
I'm
Yeah, we
afraid
have
We
we
have
will
to
be
cancel this vacation,
in
guys.
Cannon Beach.
My
Uh,
parents are gonna be devastated, but I have
we
to
are
tell
not.
them that they
We are.
can't come.
I desperately need a vacation, so I'm gonna have to veto that.
Well, I mean, you can still take the day off.
We also, okay, I just remembered, we're also, your dad is going to be here on Friday. So those of you who are in the Marygar Mercenaries campaign, I'm not going to be able to run it because we're going to be,
I would love to tell him not to come, but I can't politely do that, so
I understand.
come he must.
It's just one of those life things.
Yeah,
Fucking life getting in the way.
it
Yeah.
does suck sometimes. But thank you all for playing with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I had a blast running it. And this is going up on YouTube. To those of you who are at work or at home watching it, hi, Patton. And everybody
Hi,
else.
Emily.
Hi,
Hi,
Em.
Emily.
Oh, and Emily for the recap.
We love you, and we'll see you next time.